Game over. Game over. Game over. Game over. Game over. Game over.
Hey, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the grand finals of League Ego's India Invitational version 3.0. My name is Grizzly and this is my good friend, I always get this right, Just Alex on my left right here. What's going on, Alex? How you feeling today, bro?
Oh, I'm feeling great today. I'm ready to see some finals today.
I can't wait. I can't wait, folks. If you guys haven't caught up with any of the action so far, let me just bring you up to speed real quick. This is an 8-team invitational. Hang on. First up, League Ego. We're an esports organization. We organize tournaments for Valorant both in the US and in India. We just want to do whatever we can from our side to help build this ecosystem and just contribute in whatever way we can, and give a chance for some of this young talent from our country to get a chance to face off against each other and also have a go at that big prize money. This one's an 8-team knockout, and the prize pool is 50,000 rupees, 50 big ones. That's what is at stake tonight. It is the grand finals. Every round has been played out as best of threes up until now. And this one, the grand finals, is going to be a best of 5. I can see someone in the chat asking for the brackets. I'll just quickly give you that information. We had 8 teams begin: Team Cohesion, Sus Squad, FS Esports, True Rippers, Asteria, ROG Academy, Team Valor, and Reckoning Esports. And we had Cohesion and FS Esports face off in semi-final 1, and Team Valor and ROG Academy in semi-final 2. And yesterday we saw FS Esports grab that third place in the third place match against I believe it was ROG Academy. And tonight it is the Giants facing off against each other. Cohesion versus Team Valor. Now, Alex and I have been talking about this, and in my opinion, I did think that we would see FS Esports making it all the way to the finals. It was my prediction, which I have been talking about since day one. A little bit disappointed to see them not make it this far, but hey, we need to give credit to Team Cohesion for doing what they have done. And really upsetting. I think it was a tournament upset for seeing FS Esports not make it through, but it is what it is, man. Team Cohesion have earned this spot. They have every right to be here. They're gonna fight off against Team Valor. And we're going to talk about Team Valor in just a bit. How impressive have they been in this tournament? Alex, I know you've been watching some of these matches, and what has been your experience of watching Team Valor play?
Honestly, Team Valor has just seemed unstoppable. Even without one of their main roster Stroky playing this week, they have just been running it through. And as you said, every single match so far has been only needed two wins. And
what is up with that? What is up with that? It was the curse of 2-0, folks. If you guys weren't here, every best of 3 so far in this tournament has ended in 2-0. We haven't got a chance to see the third map, not even once. Not in round 1, not in the semi-finals, not in the third place match. It was 2-0 all the way. And another disappointing thing is that we haven't even seen a single match on Icebox. I think we saw one match we saw split one time, but everything else.
Want to see some Icebox.
Want to see Icebox? I was hoping that we'll even see some Breeze, like we talked about yesterday, Alex. If a team was naughty and got a chance to ban a map and didn't ban Breeze, but I guess the teams have gone the safer route. It looks like.
It really does. It really does. I really didn't expect to see Breeze. It hasn't exactly been the most popular map for competitive in Valorant. However, I really, really thought that we would see Icebox instead of Lime this afternoon.
It still might be. It's map number 4, and if this grand finals does go deep, does go late into the night, we might just see that Icebox game, unless a team is just in a mood and finishes things off at 3-0, which is, it would be fun to see, granted, but it's not what we want right now at this point.
Listen, I'm fully expecting a nail biter. Oh my gosh, I'm expecting to see Icebox. I really want to see a 2-2 go to split.
Me too. Gyro Hunter, Grizzly, Setup Aesthetics 10 out of 10, Mike 20 out of 10, bro. What's up, man? Thank you, bro. Thanks for being here, guys. So we are more or less all ready to get going. We are waiting for a couple of players to jump in, but just before that, I want to talk about the Battle Pass giveaway. And Alex, did you know that we are giving away a new Battle Pass to a new winner every single week? And the only thing that you need to be doing in order to be eligible to win that is follow us on Instagram. That's it. That's it.
All I have to do is follow you on Instagram?
That's it, man. You just gotta follow us on Instagram. and then I guess pray to the gods of the battle pass. Pray to the giveaway gods.
One
And
a week. I
one
have
a
no
week,
idea
man.
why anyone's not following her Instagram already. That's free money in the pocket.
Exactly. So if that sounds like fun to you guys, make sure to jump into the description and click on that Instagram link and follow us. And you might just be the next winner. We announce the winner every Wednesday on our Instagram, so stay tuned for those updates as well. But yeah, I'm excited for this tournament. I mean, there've been a few standout players even in this list of 10 players that I can see right now on my screen. And I want to talk about Bullet to start things off. Bullet has been like on their Cypher consistently, more or less, in Haven and maps like Ascent, and he has been an absolute brick wall, man. Teams have not been able to penetrate that defense with him on that Sentinel. He's just been clinical. The headshots have been crisp. The utility use has been wise, and honestly, in my mind, if I was a betting man, Alex, I'm inclined to put my money on Team Valor here today.
You're putting your money on Team Valor.
Yeah, I'm sticking my neck out. It's so early, I know. I'm sticking my neck out, but I'm going to do it because that's how.
Here's a glowing review of Bullet ciphering us. And Valor has it. They've really swayed you, huh?
Bullet's been so good. I want to talk about Pixels. He's generally on the Astra, and I think that's what we'll see. I don't know what we're going to see in Bind. It'll be interesting. But Pixels has been their designated controller on Astra. He has been so good. Omkar is an Omen main, it looks like, from what I've seen his performances so far. He's been rock solid for Team Cohesion as well. That match against FS Esports, it was something else. It was absolute fireworks, man. It was so hard for us to keep up. FS Esports really like bringing that aggression and cohesion. They fought back. They absolutely fought back. And I want to talk about Omkar was on the Omen. Fired up. I think is going to be on their Jet. He is like their entry fragger, make no mistake. He has been so aggressive. I think the key statistic that Seth and me were blown away by for Fired Up over the number of first bloods. He would just jump in, man, with that operator in ridiculous angles and get that first pick and just jump out of there, not allowing the trade to come in so many different times. Cone, my man Cone on the sober has been unbelievable as well. Night Zera is their Killjoy main, if I'm not mistaken, on the side of Team Cohesion. And SK, wow, the second duelist, talking about him. And he's another name. And Seth was absolutely losing his mind on Haven when he saw him on the Phoenix. SK, wow's been unbelievable as well.
All right. So, what do you think Cohesion Esports needs today if they're gonna steal this away from Valor?
I think the first thing that they need to do is not get bullied by Team Valor, because Team Valor, that's what they're gonna do. First 3 rounds, they're gonna show some ridiculous amount of aggression. That's what they do. They will. I mean, so hey, the map pool. We didn't talk about the map pool. It's Bind, folks. First up, so there is no mid. I was gonna say that they just jump in and dominate that mid every single time, but on a map like Bind, it's going to be interesting. It's so polarized. Those teleporters adding such a dimension.
Yeah, it feels like such a small map because it doesn't have that mid to really split it up. As soon as you leave A, you're on B, and vice versa.
Absolutely, and those teleporters adding this crazy new dimension to the game. This unpredictability that I think the pros just hate. And I guess it doesn't add up with their plays. They just can't predict well enough, and it's probably one of the reasons why we've seen Bind getting banned so many times in this tournament so far. I also want to talk about Alex. I also want to talk about Strokey. My man Strokey hasn't played a single game in this tournament so far, and I don't know if it was a strategic or a tactical move, maybe taking a rest week and having a fifth player, a fringe player, have a go, in the lineup. I do see him in the lobby today, but I'm still not sure if he's in the starting 5.
Seen him in the defender's coach spot right now. He could always move. He might just be sitting there, but maybe Valor just doesn't feel like they need Strokey this week.
It's a bold move. It's a bold move.
Bold move.
And Team Cohesion are definitely going to be taking note of that. But yeah, I mean, I'm hoping that he does get a chance to play today. He does sit in that player positions. There's people in the chat who are like, give Bullet any agent and he will do the same. and I'm not surprised to see that. I'm not surprised to see that. These guys have been playing with a coordination that is just unbelievable. I mean, the other team that I want to talk about when we talk about coordination is definitely FS Esports. I mean, they have been so good. Like I said earlier, that semi-final match is not going their way, but the combination plays between I think it was iGod and Smokey, both the duelists, and then on the I believe it was the Killjoy and the Astra B2 and
Kohli
Cactus
and TNT.
B2 and Kohli. I mean,
Yeah.
they've just always had each other's backs. Those trades were like, I think you could measure those trades in milliseconds, man. Milliseconds, because that's how instant it was.
I mean, the trades were so fast, sometimes they didn't even down. They came around the corner and protected their players so well. A lot of trades just turned into 2v1s instead.
Absolutely. And so, I've seen something very similar with Team Valor as well. They've been absolutely spot on. To be honest, the aggression that they show is crazy. I saw them knife a player, I think, in round one. When it was like a 1v4 situation. So we might just come into situations like that, and we may just see some out of the box plays from this team. But it's anybody's guess, folks. If you are just tuning in, this is a best of 5. We are in the grand finals, folks. The prize pool, 50,000 rupees. It is the big one, and the stakes are high, Alex. The stakes are high. So I would be disappointed if Strokey is not in that first lineup. And I can see people in the lobby already talking to us. I'm like, hey, come on, guys, Strokey, we want to see Strokey in that team. Jump in, Strokey. If you're watching this, go up, man. Go up right now. Jump in and play in that first team.
Get in.
But yeah, next I guess we need to talk about agent compositions for sure.
What do you like? What do you want to see on Bind? What do you expect?
All right, Bind. I think definitely a Brimstone. I wouldn't put it past these teams to see a Brimstone, and I know Viper and Astra have had their place as that controller pick for Bind. But just with that ultimate and what it can do to clear out positions like Elbow and U-Haul, it can just be that one move that gets them so much side control. And just for that reason, I wouldn't be surprised to see a Brimstone pick. In terms of Sentinel, I think, well, overall composition, I would definitely think the standard 2 duelists, 1 Sentinel, 1 controller, and 1 initiator. My initiative choice for sure has to be Sky. It has to be Sky for me.
Sky.
Yeah, I want to see those flashes. I want to see that combination play with the jet, perhaps. The Sky flash and the jet dash in, the drop from the hookahs. On the Sentinels, I will lean towards Killjoy. I think her utility is just so strong. That set is so strong with the Molly and the swarm grenades and the alarm bot. My duelists for Bind, I'm gonna have to go with Reyna and Jet. Reyna and Jet. Yeah. So I'm saying Reyna, Jet, Sky, Killjoy, and Brimstone.
Okay, I see you.
What about you? What do you think?
So first, I agree with the Sky pick. I don't think so. So especially for A site, I don't think Silva's is important. Because Bind, the sites, they're so not small, but there's not a ton of places to hide. And where you're hiding is pretty well known. There's not a lot of weird positions you can take. But I don't think Silva's dart is important, especially on attack.
Right.
So I could definitely see the Sky switch out.
Right.
But Silva can be pretty important to watch for the slow rotates with lurks. I think lurks are really strong on split. So I'm gonna go with Sky. I'm gonna probably say Astra instead of Brimstone. Brimstone's great on this map, and honestly, I like his utility a lot more than Astra's on this map. But Astra's so good on every other map that a lot of people are switching to being Astra mains. And I kind of expect an Astra main just to stick with Astra on this map because her smokes are going to be just as effective or more effective than Brimstone because they reach so much farther.
Right.
But they are missing. Not having that Molly or his ultimate is still a little rough. I just don't think Ash's ultimate is as impactful on this map. However, I think Astra Main's just going to stick with Astra, so I'm going to say Astra.
All right.
Sky, Astra. I really like Phoenix on this map as a duelist because it's run it back. Getting out of showers or A short can be really difficult on attack. And I think run it back gives you so much power, and the fact that you can clear a lot of sites. If he gets a pick, they're probably on the back foot now and probably going to have to rotate off to retake.
Right. Interesting.
Yeah, and he can get it so fast. I just want to see a Phoenix and Jet probably. I think Jet Sash is kind of needed for bind, especially for rotates. Picking up oppers or offing herself. Her dash is going to be important. Dashing out of showers. And then for the Sentinel. So I want to see Killjoy. I think Killjoy right now is still the strongest Sentinel. However, there are a lot of Cypher mains in.
No doubt.
There seems to be a lot of Cypher mains.
No
and
doubt.
Cypher is still so good on a map like Flunkey. There's so many great camera positions, and his both his trap and his smoke can be so good. If his ultimate was just more impactful,
Right.
I would say I would think Cypher would be so much more viable. It would be a great contrary pick to Killjoy, but his ult just doesn't do enough, and his kit doesn't give enough advantage when you're holding side alone for me to really give it to him over Killjoy. But if I see a Cypher, I'm still going to be really proud. I think they're going to do a really great job. So I'm going to say Killjoy Cypher for Sentinel, Astra for Controller, Sky for Initiator, and then Phoenix Jet for the Duelists.
So who were you dropping for Phoenix again? Reyna?
Reyna.
All right.
I think there's a lot more.
I think that's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
Phoenix's flash is just better on this map. And, there's not as many closed spaces.
And also his ultimate combined with a teleporter can do a lot of damage on the other side without endangering himself at all.
He can defend A, run it back on a B, get a pick or two, and then still be defending A.
Right.
That's crazy. It's
crazy.
It's insane.
That's crazy. And the other agent that we need to talk about on Bind is probably Viper, and what she can do with her utility. You know, a lot of people argue that Viper is not even a controller anymore. She probably should be considered as an additional sentinel because of how strong she is.
Yeah, I can totally agree. I really do like the Viper in this map. Default A just falls to the snake bite in post plant. You have to kill the Viper. If you don't kill the Viper on this map, post plant's going to be impossible.
Right.
So you gotta send. So in a 1v1 situation, Viper makes much difference. And her wall can be really essential for getting onto site, cutting A in half, walling off heaven, so short and showers can just rush to default, plant, and then back off and play for that retake.
Right.
Or play against that retake.
Right.
We have not seen a ton of Vipers so far.
I think just once this whole tournament, I think I've only seen one Viper pick, and I want to say it's on. I think it was on Split. If I'm not mistaken.
So a different region. I probably would have went with Viper, and I would love to see the Viper pick here. I just don't think it's as a popular pick in the SE region.
Right. I agree, and I guess it's only a matter of time before we bring up KO. Do you think anyone is gonna be baller enough to go for that KO pick?
KO, like the first map a lot of people saw KO played on is probably Vines. He has a lot of tricksy positions. There's a lot of positions where people hide on Vines, like in Hookah,
big
long,
one.
A short. All of those can be cleared by KO's knife. And a lot of people, and his flash is great on clearing all of those corners if they're just rushing in. However, I have not seen a lot of KO, so I don't have a lot of hope. I want to see it. I want to see the initiated duelist KO turning this game into CS:GO.
Right.
I really do, and I think I think honestly, you can play without initiator totally. Play a KO instead, because if you use his knife properly to clear a lot of those corners, because once you're in hookah, you can see most of the site.
Yeah.
So a lot of times, Sova darts are used to like clear hookah or clear beer long, and on this map specifically, KO's knife is just as good.
Right.
Because you knife a really specific spot, you clear it, and then you just clear the other angle. Knife a really specific spot, you clear it, you clear the other angle.
Right. And so you're saying that a KO pick might come in place of a Sova or a Sky.
I honestly, when the meta finally stabilizes, I think KO is a stronger pick on bot than Sky or Sova.
I think so too. And honestly, for me, I might go for that KO pick, but I might actually sacrifice a duelist. And I know this hurts. It hurts me saying this, but I might drop the Reyna and go for that KO pick. And like you said, he can immediately disarm and get information on hookah just with one knife. It's that easy for him. And it rules out it rules out that judge play. I was watching this game yesterday. I think it was Team Liquid playing. I don't remember the opposition, but Link with that judge. I mean, he had the money, but he would just stick with that judge every single round. He was on the brimstone and just denying any sort of room. And hookah was not an option for the opposition. They just wrote it off completely. And
yeah, it's so strong because even that angle outside of hookah, super short. Everything in hookah, super short. It's all one tap for hookah, and you have to respect it. And I think KO is a great pick for clearing out those small rooms.
Right.
U-Haul, hookah, the teleporter side of B-Long, even knifing up into heaven and then peeking it, trying to get that pick. Knifing right outside showers to the right, where it's really hard to get an angle on. Knowing if someone's there before you push out the showers can be so essential. Exactly. Because a lot of times you see those shower pushes get stopped by like an omen sitting on top of those boxes.
Right.
And they just didn't know he was there, and they just didn't expect him there. But KO can clear that every time for every single one of those pushes.
And his molly is pretty strong as well. I mean, his molly is. So many people want his molly to be nerfed. It's way too strong right now.
A Viper in a KO, or a Viper in a Killjoy, can molly the bomb for like 80% of its life. So if you don't retake immediately or kill them, and they're sitting and they know their post plants, you probably won't be able to defuse the bomb. A 1v2 versus a KO and a Killjoy or a KO and a Viper, you should probably save the again.
I think so too, folks. I do apologize for the delay in start. It looks like one of the players is having a technical issue, Alex, with the game itself. Unfortunate. No. So they are trying to figure out if the substitute can join in time, but this is something that we have been seeing a lot of Val 5, Val 43. It's everyone's worst nightmare, dude. It is, absolutely. And I don't know what the issue is. Could be an internet issue as well, but we're gonna have to wait and see if that can get resolved soon. But hey, while we wait, folks, if you are just tuning in, and if you haven't heard about League Ego yet, let me tell you really quickly. We are an esports organization. We organize tournaments, Valorant tournaments as of now, both in the US and in India. And I always talk about the developing Indian esports ecosystem and how it's in such a delicate place, and we want to do whatever we can from our side in organizing these events, giving the platform for the players to really get a chance to fight against the very best. You know, this is the top tier of Valorant in India, Alex. These are the top players. These are the guys who are up against the best of the best and are in the big leagues, as it were. And so it's really exciting for us to see these guys play our tournament, first of all, you know, having a chance to go at some of these big prize pools. And so that's something that's it's close to my heart personally. Growing up as a gamer in India, there's no future for us, you know. Back 20 years ago, man, there was absolutely no future for us at all being a gamer. But today, there are people who actually have the ability to make this a career, and that excites me so much for this next generation. Alright, folks, it looks like we are more or less good to go.
You're getting it going.
Alrighty. And but yeah, coming back to that, I also wanted to ask you, Alex, what is your gaming background? And I know that you do play a little bit of Valorant, but I know you're really big on Smash Brothers. Maybe you can talk a little bit about that experience and what it's like.
So I played a lot of competitive games. Honestly, I started out like a lot of people in A. So I started out on game battles in Call of Duty, actually, back in like early high school. Yeah.
Really? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Game battles. Yeah. It was a really quick way to make a little bit of money
Right.
and lose a little bit of money.
I'm sure.
For a 16-year-old. And then once I got to college, James had played Smash. It was the first time I ever played it. It has a pretty big scene here in America.
I'm sure.
And they run these before COVID at least. They run these huge LAN tournaments, tons of switches, just everywhere. There's this one. It's my favorite tournament I've ever been to of any game. It's called Smash and Splash, and it's held at this huge water park and resort
Right.
over here in America. And you
Right.
get passes to the whole resort, the whole water park. So you're playing
Select
Smash
your
against
agent.
like 400 other people.
Right.
When you've lost, you're in. You get to hang out in the water park, hang out, drink, have fun, and they're just you're huge social events. Just some of the most fun I've ever had. And then I came back to shooters,
Right.
tactical shooters for briefly for Rainbow Six Siege, but
All right.
hopped
I
onto
see.
Valorant.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, and that's been it. When LAN picks back up, I expect to be back on going to Smash tournaments because there's nothing more I love than going to LAN tournaments, whether it be Smash, games I don't play like League of Legends. They're all a blast. That's the thing I
Right.
love most about esports community. Going to
Right.
those huge LAN tournaments and conferences, getting to meet people, play against people, money match some of the best players in the world. Nothing I love more.
That's interesting. Have you ever played any Counter-Strike?
I've played Counter-Strike casually, but honestly, I didn't have a PC until late into Counter-Strike,
Right.
and so that was probably right after everything happened with the roulettes.
Right.
And so the cheating was pretty bad. So
Right. I mean, that's not even. I mean, absolutely, dude. I mean, that just it hurts. It's painful memories, memories for me too. I mean, I used to play Counter Strike 1.6 back in the day when I was in university, and it was at that point it was such a an isolated buzz. You know, I mean, it was so local. It was not really. There weren't tournaments being played on YouTube. We didn't really have exposure to a whole bunch of the stuff. I remember we used to go to the websites of most of these big teams and just check them out there, and that's how we used to sort of learn about the scene itself and what it was like, the players. And I remember back in this is like 10 years ago, man. In India, we used to have these gaming cafes. You know, you have like these PCs set up, and then bunch of us friends would just go there, and we knew the owner, and he would do this thing with us where he would like turn off the lights from inside and then close down the shutter, and then he would just let us play all night, and we would just go in and play all night, because I mean, we were in university and we didn't have any time, so we used to do this on the weekends. Friday night, just game all night through the morning. 6 a.m. the shutters open, and that's when we head back to university. Those were like my earliest memories of 1.6, and we used to meet some crazy players during those events. We used to meet some crazy players during those kind of local tournaments. But hey, the CS scene has evolved so much since, and CSGO, the CSGO scene in India was developing so well until we had that one incident, which I'm sure you heard about, with a certain gentleman, an individual.
Yes.
It was absolutely heartbreaking for the community. It set us back like 5 years, and I think the CS:GO industry will never recover from that. And it's not just that one incident, but also because of how the matchmaking for CS:GO right now just doesn't do enough to curb the cheating.
It does not. Like, I do really enjoy watching like CS:GO Overwatch videos on YouTube,
Right,
and love that the community is rooting out cheaters.
right.
But on the other hand, if you have to have your community root out your cheating problem's probably a little bit too big
It
to maintain such a
really
competitive game
is.
state.
It is so bad. And I remember this one time when it was someone I met in game, right? And he added me as a friend, and I had no idea that he was cheating. We had no idea. I think he did it selectively, and then we used to meet cheaters many times, and we'd be frustrated. And this one time, I log into the game, and it gives me a message saying, "Hey, you're being given a double demotion because you've played with a cheater in your lobby." And I'm like, "Hang on, how is that my fault? It is your game. You're not able to stop
Why
a
am
cheater,
I-
and you're penalizing
What?
me." That was the day I moved to Valorant. That was literally the day I was like, I'm done with this game, man. I'm gonna jump into Valorant and see. It was popping at that point, and there was still so many CS:GO pros considering the move to switch over to CS:GO to switch over from CS:GO. And in India, we've seen. I would argue that I think 75% or maybe more of the CS:GO pros have already jumped in to the Valorant scene. And that's exciting to see. It's exciting for the Valorant scene. It's exciting for the future of esports in India. I'm just, excited about it, and hopefully, we will see a team perhaps qualify for VCT Masters from India. I don't know, but we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, I'm so excited for VCT Masters.
Me too. Let's talk about
I'm
that
just-
for a second. What is your prediction on VCT Masters? Let's go. What do you think?
First off, right away, EU very confident in their abilities. They're the best CS:GO region, and they're getting a little cocky for Valorant. So I'm really hoping to see some different regions really knock the EU back a little bit, keep them from letting them out so much. Because they're very cocky at the moment. I'm really excited for First Strike from Korea. An amazing team. Honestly, we were watching a lot. We were watching a lot of their qualifiers, and I do not think they're pulling it all out yet. I think they're trying, but I think they're saving a little something extra, their real talent, until they get on that main stage, and they get to show it to the rest of the world. I'm from NA, so I'm also really excited for 100 Thieves and Sentinels personally.
Right.
Team Envy and XSET are also going.
Right.
Well, I think, do we get 4 teams? I think 3 teams in wild card. I think those 4 teams all do get to go. I can't remember, but I know for sure Sentinels, 100 Thieves, and XSET do. I'm really excited for Sentinels and 100 Thieves. I think everybody in the world knows how good Sentinels is, and I think a lot of teams are raring to play against them and show how good their teams are in comparison. Because Sentinels are so well known at this point that anybody that plays them, you instantly get to see how good they are, just because you know how good Sentinels is. And 100 Thieves has a special place in my heart. Like I said, I played a lot of Call of Duty when Nade Shot was still big. And I want to see his team do well. And I want to see Asuna back in the debate for best player in the world. Even though I just don't think he has it.
Whoa, that's a big statement. That is a big statement. Arsenal is the
I
best.
want-
All right.
I want him in the conversation. I don't think he's the best player in the world. But
Right,
if
right,
100 Thieves can somehow win this Masters series,
Right.
it's going to be on the back of Asuna. And it's going to be hard to argue that.
No doubt. Personally, for me, personally, for me, the way Sentinels played in Iceland, did they drop a single map?
They did not drop a
They didn't drop a single
map.
map. I mean, that is just a new level of domination that I've not seen in a very, very long time. Maybe Navi 2016. Dare I say? I mean, I don't know, but Sentinels is just looking scary good right now, bro. Scary good, and I don't even know if 100 Thieves. I mean, you know, they have good days and bad days, and that's just that's the thing. And consistency.
That's the biggest problem.
Yeah,
They're wishy-washy.
they're wishy-washy. On good days, they're unstoppable, and it's a joy to see them play the way they do. But Sentinels, honestly, they've just been so consistently good in that way. So, I mean, my money probably on Sentinels.
Probably on Sentinels,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I think First Strike has a great chance. There's some really good teams coming out of India that I think are going to probably make it to Masters, like Global Esports.
Global Esports, I can't wait.
Oh, it looks like the internet issues, so...
Yeah, I'm so sorry, folks, for this delay. We were supposed to start at 7 p.m., but there is an internet issue, a tech issue. So Team Valor are bringing in a substitute, and they're promising that we should be able to start in a couple of minutes or so.
And it looks like Strokey is gonna play.
I think
So
I don't think he has a choice at this point. I think he's gonna be playing. So I'm excited to see that. Yeah. Excited to see that. So we talked about, and we briefly, Alex, saw the agent select screen when we kind of started the match, and then we had to restart. But interestingly, I saw a couple of Brimstone picks there on both sides.
Brimstone picks? I think it's utility search. And I saw a Viper.
I did.
I did see the Viper.
Should we not talk about this, because I don't think the teams have seen each other? I think are we letting the cat out of the bag? I think we should hold it
Did
back.
they not see each other?
Not at that screen, because the game didn't start, because it was like a re-lobby. It got technically dodged, so I guess they didn't. So we'll just hold it back for another few minutes or so. But yeah, I think I think our predictions were not too far off. Hey, you know what I want to talk about? The other thing I want to talk about is the Tempest. It's a team that was playing in our last tournament, and they played in this tournament as well under the new name of Sus Squad. I saw them with a dual controller meta, which I believe is very popular in the EU region, with both the Astra and the Viper.
Yes, so EU is actually saying a lot of articles out of the EU talk about how duelists just aren't really needed in the current. So I wouldn't be surprised if at Masters the non-duelist comp comes out.
Sorry, can you say I missed that? Say that again?
No, so a lot of articles out of the EU are saying how duelists just aren't as impactful and aren't as needed in the game state anymore. So I would not be surprised if at Masters a non-duelist comp
A non-duelist comp altogether.
A non-duelist
no
comp.
Jet on the operator. All right, all right. That's a big one. I mean, briefly when the operator was nerfed to 5,000 creds, I think we saw. I did see a few teams going in that direction. But ever since they rolled that back and they brought it back to the 4,700, Jet's back in the game. Jet's back in the game. She's viable. It makes total sense. I think she went through another nerf. Did she have an extra ult point added to her knives?
She had an extra ult point, and all of her kit went up like 300
the smokes,
right.
Which I could not explain. Why would those smoke? Those
buying full Jet, so operator, full shields, and all of her utility actually cost the same or a little bit more than when the operator was 5,000.
Really? Oh, so
Because
that's the balance. Right. So that's the balance. Okay. So yeah, I mean that would be. I mean, it's impossible, man. How do you not? How do you not have Jet?
Here's how I think you don't have Jet, because it started to come out around KO, because he can shut down Jet and Raze so hard.
Right.
So I think in the theoretical non-duelist comp, it's probably a KO,
right,
running the position, running a lot of those duelist engagements. Viper, Astra, Sova, and Killjoy.
Right.
Is probably the non-duelist comp. Maybe Sky
Yeah,
Killjoy.
I could see that.
Or if the two duelists, and especially on some maps, it's probably KO Sky.
KO Sky is a good one. Yeah.
Killjoy, Silva.
KO Sky,
Those are-
Astra, Killjoy. All right.
Those are the comps I'm kind of expecting.
Right. And along with the Jet, the balancing of Jet, the other key change was the Cypher buff, and that was huge as well, right? And I think the biggest thing there, and I know a couple of things. The biggest thing for me was the Jet couldn't dash past those tripwires anymore.
That's true. The Jet couldn't dash past those tripwires. But did you see those crazy plays where Jet would dash into the tripwire, it would pull her back, and she'd kill the Cypher right after the patch?
Choose your agent.
That is just unfair, man. That is unfair. I mean,
she'd ricochet back and shoot the Cypher in the head, and it was so sad.
it is. I mean, does she not get vulnerable? She should get vulnerable in the trap.
So it doesn't explode at first. So she'll dash and it won't break, but she'll still dash to like her length.
That's
and then the trap will pull her back.
That's the problem, right? If you're watching this, that's what you guys need to change. The Cypher tripwire should make that Jet vulnerable at the very least, right?
Very beginning.
All right, folks,
Yeah,
it looks
it was
like
funny.
we have game on, more or less. I'm excited. The teams are in the lobby, and hopefully this is for real. And Alex, it is time. We can finally look at that agent composition. How close were we? Brimstone on both
Pretty
sides.
far away.
Brimstone on both sides, though. A Sage pick.
Yeah, we did not do as well as we did yesterday.
We did not do as well as we did yesterday, for sure. And Pasha Sahil, we talked about not having a Jet.
Yeah.
Pasha Sahil
First,
is a
yeah.
Jet main. He's a Jet main.
And he's playing that. I expect if we went to split, I expected the save. Save
Right.
wall super strong on split. I did not expect it on bind.
Right,
And we
right,
didn't see KO.
We didn't see KO. Right.
Yeah,
Early action starting off outside hookah. Alex, I can't wait to watch this. The Sage wall coming out from Pasha
Ace ball
Sahil.
right there. Causing SK WoW to back off a little bit.
Strokey here jumping into
Looks like-
hookah.
Fired up, got a lot of space right outside B.
It looks like the rotation is coming towards A already. 3 players from Team
Yep, looks
Cohesion
like-
already on site.
Pixel sitting in the smoke.
He is on.
Gets a cheeky kill on the
Spike
sofa.
down A.
And that's the problem with these kind of smokes that are on site. Pixels
Player standing.
gets a
Another
follow-up
one.
as well. It is down to just Night Zera. He is on the sky.
Night Sarah gets to. Wow, Pixels.
A 3K in the end. A sneaky kill through those brimstone smokes. Alex, this is going to give us a quick chance to take a look at the lineup. So Pixels is going to be on the Viper. Interesting there. He's the controller. I know that. And I've seen him on Astra generally. But he is going to be on the Viper today. So I'll take that. I'm excited to see that in Bind. Hunter is going to be on the Sova. No surprises there at all. Bullet on the Brimstone. That is a bit of a surprise for me. As much as I thought there would be a Brimstone, I did not expect Bullet to not be on the Cypher on a map like Bind. And there's no Cypher or Killjoy, Alex, inside of Team Valor.
Looks like they're rushing it down. Brimstone has to back it up a little bit. Molly's off, so they can't push into U-Haul.
And this time around, he will have some protection
Another
as he
down
goes
A.
for the spike. But no, he gets taken down.
Last player
Bullet picks up
standing.
2 more.
Spike planted.
Oh
Hunter
dear.
grabs Night Sarah, and they are.
Were there like 2 utility kills from different agents in that
Yeah.
round from Team Valor? It was from Viper as well as so was Shock Dart.
Just running them through.
2 rounds on the board. So coming back to that, Strokey is going to be on the Raze. Interesting, neither of us picked Raze as the duelist, and we have got Raze on both sides, Alex.
Yeah, I guess the clear from her boombot still
Right.
super strong.
Right.
Yeah, grenade can get people off a lot of those really terrible angles, like A short
Right.
and outside of showers, heaven even.
Absolutely. And Pasha Sahil on the Sage. I am surprised to see that. We'll come back to that in a bit. But on the side of Team Cohesion, Nightzera is going to be on the Sky, a pick that we did expect. Omkar, on the Brimstone. Not on the Omen. I've generally seen him play the Omen. SKY is going to be on the race. Fired up on the Jet. No surprises there. And Cone is on the Sova once again. As Team Valor going in with this bonus round. Getting the first pick as well. And now has the Orbital Strike available as an option. He briefly considered it. I think they will still use it.
Looks like they teleport back to B.
But Pasha Sahil is waiting for them here. He uses the wall. He will get spotted out.
For you.
Really great use of the wall there. Good kill.
One enemy remaining.
Good orbital strike. And they just clean house.
A clean house and a bonus round in the bag with only the loss of one player. Free rifles picked up by Team Valor.
Poor Vandals.
Wow. What a start from Team Valor this has been.
Yeah. They're in a tough place right now. And they picked a really... This comp was... I didn't expect this comp. No Sentinels.
I mean...
Cohesion.
Cohesion doesn't even have a Sage. You're absolutely right. There's no Sentinels whatsoever. And you'd expect when there's a situation like that, you might see a Viper, right?
Yeah. There's not really a lot of defensive agents. I mean, both Sky and Sova are both very aggressive. They picked a very aggressive comp. And Brimstone can only cover one side at a time. He can't even smoke off B while playing A. It's a very aggressive comp.
It's a very aggressive comp, and first 3 rounds on the side of attack, they haven't even got one. They need to be worried. Strokey and Pasha Sahil.
Fired up. Her crosshair placement was a little odd there for a second.
Staying in this Viper cloud, going down to 1 HP. This is a risky move for sure. I think he's searching for the kill onto Pixels, but he may not offer himself that easily.
He might be waiting to teleport after the rest of the team.
Perhaps so. Very slow start from Team Cohesion on round number 4. They've lost a few players, so I think it's just wise to be a little bit cautious here.
They're just not sure what the proper way to break through this is.
Oh, something's going down in hookah. Something's going down in hookah.
Waits for the blind. Gets one. Raise trade the count. Raise gets Strokey. It's 2.
Wow. Did you see what just happened over there?
Down B.
Fired up. Got Pixels in the teleporter, but Strokey just cleans house over there.
A lot of fire coming in from that TP to support Strokey, who was inside hookah. He did get flashed by the first Sky Flash, and then unfortunately Nightzera not checking the left. And he does get a trade and eventually went on to pick up 4 kills. So I guess
it looked like Nightzera cleared the right side of the window, but not the left, not close. And then flicked straight to the right to Sage, who got the kill, but got traded away immediately.
Costly angle not clear in the end. 4 kills. Strokey looking strong already early on. Pasha Sahil, the aggression on this Sage wall, and now searching for another. Cone will spot him out with his drone.
Got your trail. Wrong buddy out.
Eventually, Cone will get the trade. Eventually, but the 3 players in hookah right now for Team Cohesion, they need to drop, and this drop could be huge.
Gets Pasha Sahil.
Down B.
Throws the satchel to slow down. Wow.
Player standing.
Gets SK Wow. Car. Strokey gets another 3. 7-0.
7-0 on Strokey. This man is starting to pop off early. 5-0 on the board. Alex, I think it's time for us to talk about the magic number on a map like Bind. And we talked about this yesterday. We talked about it on Haven. We talked about it on Ascent. What is the magic number for a map
So
like
I think Bind is a pretty even map,
Agreed.
in my opinion. However, the magic number might be winning the first 5 rounds and barely losing an agent. However,
Right.
I think you go past 6. I think 7 is the magic number. However, 7's still possible. I think it's a guaranteed win if you win 9. If you win 9 on
rounds.
defense,
Bomb buddy out.
guaranteed.
Right. So for Team Cohesion, they need another 7 rounds, is basically what we're saying, right?
To make it easy, I think they can do it with 6.
Strokey, the aggression on Belong. Oh my gosh.
One enemy remaining.
He just doesn't even care.
He doesn't, and Brimstone Homekar here with 5 HP.
Just shoots him in the head.
6-0, another 3k for Strokey, and now
here.
Team Valor really putting on some momentum towards their side. It was an eco round coming in from Team Cohesion, so they wouldn't be too hard done or too disappointed by that. And on the side of Team Valor, look at those economies, Alex. Absolutely bloated. These guys. Oh my
10 and 0
God.
for sure. Yeah, honestly, it's gonna be difficult. They need at least 5 for me to be confident they can take it into overtime. But I really would like them to win the next 6 if Cohesion has any chance of taking this.
That would mean beating Team Valor 6 rounds in a row, a feat that no team has achieved so far. So if I'm hearing you right, Alex, I think this game is already tilting towards Team Valor. I mean, the aggression that they've shown so far. Is Strokey's on 10-0?
Yeah, honestly,
He's yet to lose a gunfight.
I don't know the exact statistics, but I don't know very many teams in any finals that have went down 6-0 and won the map.
Right. Absolutely. And also, this is a best of 5, so Team Cohesion are quite welcome to just brush it off
Yeah.
and just try to catch up.
I think even if they lose this first map, they just shrug it off, move on to game 2. They got a lot of games left to play. SKY gets taken out by Hunter.
Spike down
Pixels
A.
gets one on Omkar.
Last player standing.
I like this guy trying to push through showers, but it's just a
30
too little
seconds
too
left.
late. They pick up 3 and short.
And also the spike is down in short cubby. Ooh, a good flick from Nexera onto Hunter.
And loses to Bullet and Strokey.
Double peeking that angle together. He had no chance, Alex. Now a quick look at the scoreboard. Strokey is on 10 and he's got 7,000 creds in the back, sitting pretty. Bullet is not far away, 9 and 2. Pixels 8 and 3. Every player from Team Valor have looked so good and so crispy today. Starting off so strong. And on the side of Team Cohesion, perhaps a time for maybe a chance for a timeout, Alex. That's maybe if I'm the coach of Team Cohesion right now, I'm saying, hey, I think we need a timeout.
Got your trail.
Yeah, to be honest, Pixels gets one, but it's straight out by Fired Up. I do not like. It's working for them this round. However, I do not like them pushing out of the short. I don't know if you've seen it, but some players compile the data from a bunch of NA and EU competitive matches. And short is one of the most, short on Bind is one of the most deadly positions for attackers on any
Really?
map.
That is so interesting.
Really?
That is so interesting.
It's so hard to push through. You lose so many players every time you try to get
Player
through it.
standing.
Out of charges.
Unequivocally, the best place to push from, I would say a push on Bind should be 3 through shower.
3 shower, 2
somebody
short.
blind.
Yeah.
And 2 short. Blinding, and you need a blind coming up short.
Right. And Team Valor here just going ahead and showing you that that theory is probably true. A retake, they made it look so easy. The Sage Wall coming in from Pasha Sahel. Strokey picked up one, and in the end, the defuse was almost done when Nightzera had nothing to do. He had nothing to offer. It did look like it was a forced buy last round from Team Cohesion, and now they are going to be forced into somewhat of a half buy. I do see a couple of Vandals.
Blinded.
Pasha gets taken out early by Omkar. Nightzera gets picked. Another good kill by Strokey. He has been so consistent. SK Wow picks up Hunter. Strokey picks up Omkar, and Strokey finally gets taken out. 14-1. He gets 3 by himself on B.
It's a 1v2 situation now. Bullet, he does have the
competitive.
He does have the orbital strike as an option, and he could just use it somehow. Both players playing elbow, it looks like.
If he orbital strikes elbow, if he makes the big brain play,
he might just save it for B-long. He might just save it for B-long because it's more. It's probably something that's more. He does have a molly though, Alex. He does have a molly. He's got a couple.
He clears most of sight.
Open up the sky.
He does.
Because he could. Oh, if he could have got SK Wow, he had it.
Would have been the round, but SK Wow pulling it back for Cohesion. A much needed round. A 3K coming in for him in the end.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Team Cohesion
Honestly,
breathing a sigh of relief. I'm sure, Alex, at this point, 8-1. First round of the board.
Bullet played that so well, though. He cleared all of sight. He mollied Garden for B-long. And then he orbital striked elbow. Because he figured out, he knew where they were.
It was a bold move. I guess it was just a distribution of his utilities, and he did it so well. And SK, I mean, credit to SK Wow though, responding quickly. Could have been curtains for both those players if he hadn't pushed out immediately. Yeah. And now Pasha Sahel once again with this wall, challenging. This is going to be trouble for Fired Up. That wall.
Taken out by Strokey.
Oh,
great job. Pasha Sahel on this wall right here is so strong. You leave just a little piece for your person to help trade you out. He's on top of the wall. They focus on him. He peeks through that little corner that he leaves open. Such a great wall.
And that is what makes you successful in a game like Valorant. You need to be able to play together with your teams to outsmart your opponents, and that is what we have seen here from Team Valor. People in the chat are saying Team Valor is just built different at this point. I am inclined to agree.
Player standing.
Oh my god.
Another shutdown.
He picks up 2 more.
Another shutdown, but Nightzera are doing well to pull 2 back, and Bullet on the flank. Landing that headshot on point blank range. Scoreline, folks, will move to 9-1.
Roki is playing out of his mind. 17-1.
Unbelievable.
This is the man who tried to sit on the sideline.
17-1?
17-1.
Is that his KD? His KD is 17 right now?
Yes.
This man needs to go to jail, man. That's illegal. That is illegal. Oh my god. Another eco round coming in for T. I'm at a loss for words at this point. So much aggression, that precision, and once again baiting out for Strokey is Pasha Sahel, doing that same combination play once again. This time in hookah.
Bullet picks one up. Pixel once again.
SK Wow pulls one back. The Viper Cloud going down. This could be big.
Good push. And it looks like Fired Up is waiting for the rotate, but it's not coming to him.
It's going to be a 3v3 retake.
They get it planted in default, but once again they're playing from A short.
I'm not sure what Fired Up is doing here.
He was waiting for the rotate, the lurk. And he's looking for a gun now. Picks up a sheriff.
Oof.
But he's going to be a little late to help out his teammates. I think he's just needed more.
Fire in the hole!
SK Wow is going to bring out that showstopper. Will manage to get a kill on Pasha Sahel.
One enemy remaining.
And Strokey has his nose.
It's down to just Cone here.
And Hunter takes out Cone.
The margin for error on this game is how small, Alex. How little. And
Last round in the half.
just like that, we're at the last round of the first half. Can you believe this? It has not just been a quick half. The rounds have been quicker because the gunfights have been so quick. What are you? What are you telling Team Cohesion if you're the IGL right now?
Take out Strokey. Listen,
Take out
5 man,
Strokey.
whatever you think Strokey is, all of you.
Just take out
It
Strokey.
is impossible until Strokey's dead.
Folks, just to remind you guys, this is the grand finals of League Ego's India Invitational version 3. The prize pool of 50,000 rupees. The first place winner is going to walk away with 30,000
I've
rupees.
got your trail.
30,000 rupees, and that's what these teams are playing for. The team that comes in 7 will walk away with 15,000 rupees as well. As Team Cohesion aggressively moving in, disregarding your theory about A shot, Alex.
No, he's right. No, you can't. You can definitely not let the defender be sitting in showers. That's why you have to push somebody through showers. If they're sitting in showers, you can get flanked. It's so hard to guard the spike and default from showers. You cannot let them get behind you in showers. Otherwise, they're just going to force you right back off the bomb. What are you going to do?
Ooh. The orbital strike coming in here from Omkar as
hold on.
Korn gets a pick, a 3 versus 3 retake.
I'm stroking.
The wall is up and the defuse is going to be stuck.
Last player standing.
That's
One
the problem.
enemy remaining.
That is the biggest
Oh
problem.
my god.
Planning and
Switching
default and
sides.
not clearing showers.
Oh my
You let
god.
them get behind you. And when you're playing from short, all of your players are in short. Look how much of A they can take. Look how much of A control they get if you're playing in short. They get all of it. And you can't see any of it. It's so hard to pressure the back part of A if all you have is you.
11-1 on that scoreboard, and we talked about how they don't have a Jet Team Valor and they're playing with a Sage. And I think I'm just starting to see the value of that. That Sage wall in those, I think two times so far in that post plant position, completely denying access to the diffuser, sneaking that diffuse away as the rest of the team takes those gunfights. Team Valor are executing
A
something
really
special
common
here.
wall for Sage is
Right.
to wall to the right side of bomb. And they
Right.
use the up of that wall to really shut them down defensively because they force them so far back.
Right.
Hawk out.
Nike here trying to get some information. Fired up, we're gonna kill as Hunter goes down. The first pick going the way of Team Cohesion. And now maybe they can string a couple of more picks here together and somehow pull this map back towards them. 11-1.
That's great team play by Valor already. They get that pick on B, but Valor just regroups, goes straight for A. Once again, going through A short, not playing showers.
You obviously need to send them the link to that particular study, Alex. They don't know it. But Team Valor at this point getting the plant down with no damage taken at all. Omkar is sitting behind this Viper smoke bullet. He's got a lot of players to deal with here. Oh dear.
One enemy
do-
remaining.
SK, wow! Getting 3
do like-
picks.
I like the A short push more with this Sage Wall. The Sage Wall is super good at defending the bomb. However, you cannot play all your players in short. You're playing at a disadvantage. And I think
SK, wow.
it's so many. You're playing at a disadvantage. You're crippling yourself with playing.
That classic right click, he's really making it work. Someone in the chat is saying pros don't fake. Baby, they don't fake indeed.
You're not
They
fake.
do not fake. 11-2 on the scoreboard. A ray of hope, perhaps, Alex. A glimmer of hope for Team Cohesion to do something on map number 1? Or is it too little too late?
I think they have a spark of momentum, but it looks like Team Valor is going for a way more traditional A push. I like it a whole lot more for them here. Strokey is coming up through showers. He knows there's probably not going to be anyone in heaven. They have a lot of specters. He fires through on that really common spot.
An eco round coming in. We missed that on the side of Team Valor here. Fired up, challenging in very, very deep position. And Hunter will punish him for that aggression. And that is not a pick that Team Cohesion would have wanted to give so early in this round. Is it a full buy? It is going to be a... SK Wow's even bought a Vandal here. A bold move.
Yeah. It looks like they've decided to go back to B. They've cleared gardens, so Strokey drops Spike there. Knows there's probably somebody playing up in hookah.
Cone is absolutely surrounded by Team Valor players right now, and I don't think he'll survive too long. He's going to come face to face with Strokey in just a bit. It's a Spectre versus a Sheriff.
Wow gets another 2 and Cone gets stroked.
SK Wow turning it up here. 4 kills. And they need a raise, an aggressive raise on their defense to sort of match what the destruction that we saw from Strokey here in that first half. And SK Wow so far living up to that bill for sure. Quick look at the scoreboard, folks. Strokey finally starting to look a little bit human now. 19-4 after that first half, which was it 19-1, Alex? I think it was 19-1. Oh my goodness. 19-2, a KD of 10, a kill by death ratio of 10. Bullet looking snappy, looking sharp. 14-8 for him. Hunter, Pixels. I mean, Pasha Sahil's got 3 kills, but I've seen what he's done so far. He's got some impact plays. He's been baiting himself out for Strokey and the others. The team playing just beautifully together. On the side of Team Cohesion, SK Wow finally finding some form. 15-11. He's looking really good here. I'm hoping.
Alone. Gets a pick on A Shower. Just a one-man team causing some pressure over on it. Looks like Pixels and Bullet get it into hookah.
Here.
It's a good shot from Cone.
Fired up gets 1. Passes over, trades out fired up. Hunter gets Cone.
And just like that, B-side belongs to Team Valor. The rotations are coming in from Nightzera coming on the flank. He does only have a Spectre on him. Needs to deal with the danger of Strokey. He will. The timing on that boombot wasn't in Strokey's favor. Switches over to the Phantom.
Wow,
SK Wow gets a pick on Bullet as well. A 2 versus 2. This is doable. This is doable. SK Wow with a showstopper coming out here. Will get a pick onto Pasha Sahil. But what a headshot onto him before the rocket launcher could reach him. And pulling that round back after it looked a little bit balanced and could have gone either way. But Team Valor. Match point already.
Sometimes you just need to look that showstopper in the face and shoot him in the head anyway.
Shoot him in the head, man. That's what you gotta do.
Shoot him in the head anyway.
Oh. Team Valor. These guys seem to be in a hurry.
A really aggressive play from SK Wow here. Right there, gets the blind. Gets another blind on Bullet.
SK Wow gets a couple of picks on a shot here. Strokey as well. A third. SK Wow is looking good. Strokey is going to get revived here. He will get traded out here by...
Spike down.
These fights on a shot. Oh my god.
It's just so deadly for the attackers.
Strokey here. He's going to come face to face with Fired Up. He had a judge, but still Strokey prevails. The spike is somewhat in his control. I think he can switch over to a Vandal as well.
I have the spike.
A nice double peek. Did you see that? Did you see that double peek from Cone and Omkar? I think Nightzera. Round number 4. Alex, round number 4. How are they feeling right now? How is Team Cohesion feeling right now?
Cohesion's picked up some momentum, but honestly, it's still Valor Esports game to lose. I'm just.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm just disappointed by the bloodbath that just happened.
The bloodbath. That's the word. That is the word I would use to describe that. But SK Wow here, I think realizing that the only way to deal with this aggression is just to fight back and doing that and just aggressively going for those trades.
SK Wow
Sean.
decided that if he's gonna win this game, he's gonna need to frag out mines.
Right. Team Valor now coming in with a half buy.
Night Zero gets one.
Oh,
Doesn't manage to get two, but does
you'd
some
think he
damage.
should have picked up more than one there with that Vandal, but now
That's true.
taking the fight is Team Cohesion. Omkar doing well to pick up two.
Spike down A.
Strokey's very low.
That's the other problem of everybody going short. If
Gets
they
a third
push out
as well.
too fast,
Strokey down to 26 HP.
I have this
Turkey, a man on the mission.
He's got the showstopper as an option. 45 seconds on the clock. He can take his time. You can see the respect from Team Cohesion. Look at the angle fired up is holding. They don't want to mess with him.
They want to keep this long distance. They want a guaranteed win.
And Strokey also
think-
expecting a push, interestingly,
seconds
after
left.
seeing that aggression from Team Cohesion in showers.
He picked up a Vandal. He's just going to save it, it looks like, this round. Maybe try to get a cheeky pick.
I think if he lands a pick onto Cone here, it could still be game on. 13 seconds on the clock. I don't think so. Is he going to go for the
I
cheeky
think
plant?
so.
10
I
seconds
think
left.
he's going for the cheeky plant.
Oh, is he going to plant boxes?
He is going to plant boxes.
Spike planted.
Needs to look at U-Haul.
Got them.
He pulls out the showstopper immediately. Doesn't land it, unfortunately, and Cone will be there to pick up the trade.
I like his thought here. He thought somebody would come from back, but honestly, I think he should have just ran to the showers. Force them to come to him.
But the problem with that was that Cone was definitely going to peek him from U-Haul and take him down. And knowing that he was just 26 HP, it was just one shot.
Yeah.
Investing the showstopper, though, that's maybe a decision that I might look back and question. But hey, I don't have 24 and 8. I'm not sitting on 24 and 8 right now, so I'm gonna I'm gonna defer to his judgment on that. He's looking so strong today. I want to talk about SK Wow as well. 20 and 14 for him. He's looking really strong as well on the side of Team Cohesion. And now into round number 18. Full buys from both teams. Night Zero.
Respecting showers. SK Wow gets taken out.
Ooh, that's a big pick. That's a big pick from Bullet.
Last player standing.
I have this
Pixels and
fight.
Bullet get Night Zero and Omkar.
It's chaotic, bro.
They're
This
on
is so
A.
chaotic. It is down to just the last player. It's down to just Cone.
Cone.
1 versus
Can't
4.
keep this game alive.
They know exactly where he is. They know exactly where he is. They're gonna pick him in
It's
numbers.
fun. Like it's taken out by Pixels.
Attackers win.
Good try by Cone.
Good try by Team Cohesion overall, Alex. What have we just witnessed here? Team Valor coming on and putting on a show, folks. 13 and 5, map number 1 done and dusted. Bind is in the bag for Team Valor, folks. We are going to be heading over to Ascent very soon. But quick thoughts from you, Alex, on that performance. It was destruction.
It was destruction. Honestly, it was Valor's game to lose. They went up 11. They went up 11-1, and they dropped four rounds. But honestly, it could have easily been a 13-1.
Yeah, I agree.
I think Cohesion did great. But honestly, coming from an 11-1 deficit, every win you get, at least the first 7 or 8 are just dropped by the other team.
I agree, man. I agree. A quick look at the scoreboard will tell you there's no prizes for guessing who the match MVP tonight is. It is going to be Strokey taking that one away on map 1. 24 and 9. He didn't even get into double digits on his deaths. 3 first bloods for him. And interesting statistic there. Bullet also with 3 first bloods. And Hunter and Pixels with 2 first bloods. So these guys were really going at it today. I mean, they don't care. They absolutely didn't care. SK Wow, I have to mention SK Wow. He was he was willing to fight back. He did not take this lying down, and it was really great to see him do that. 28-15 on him, doing pretty well for his team. But in the end, it was just too much damage done in that first half. That momentum that Team Valor brought in with them, it was absolutely unstoppable. And I think that can be seen on this scoreboard, folks. With that, we will be jumping into a really short break. If you guys are just tuning in, this is the grand finals of our League Ego India Invitational. The prize pool is 50,000 rupees. The winner of this best of 5 is going to take away 30,000 rupees, and the second place team is going to walk away with 15,000 rupees. The map pool for this one is Bind, Ascent, Haven, Icebox, and Split. We are pretty much done with Bind. Valor has that one in the bag. We're going to be heading over to Ascent next. It's going to be Team Cohesion who are going to be defending first. It's going to be a lot of fun. Before I let you guys go, I want to also talk about the Battle Pass giveaway, which is live right now. We are giving away a Battle Pass every single week to one lucky Instagram follower. All you guys need to do is follow us on Instagram and stay tuned to the winner announcements that we make every Wednesday. And that's it. So if that sounds like fun to you, jump into the description and follow us on Instagram, and hey, you might just be one of the lucky winners. With that, we're going to be jumping into a quick break. We'll be back on the other side in less than 5 minutes with live action, so don't go anywhere, and I'll see you guys soon.
Game over. Game over. Game over.
Alright folks, welcome back. Map number 1 is done and dusted. We are in the middle of a best of 5. My name is Grizzly and this right here, should I get it right? Alex right here, just Alex. What's up Alex? How was that first map for you?
That first map was supercharged over on Vine. So honestly, Valor made it look easy.
Team Valor really made it look easy, man. And 13-5 on the scoreboard. Bind is done. Ascent Haven, do you think we're going to see an icebox? Can Team Cohesion find it in themselves to fight back?
You need Cohesion to find it so we can see icebox.
I agree. We're going to talk about agent compositions in just a bit. How surprised were you with the agent compositions? We saw a Brimstone and a Viper coming in from...
I was very surprised by some of the picks. Sage, still a strong pick, though her pick rate has fallen a lot. I did not expect to see a Sage on bot.
Right. Right.
Not at all. I didn't expect to see the Brimstone Viper combo either. However,
I don't think I have ever seen that combo. I don't think I've ever seen it.
Select your agent.
But comps right now are looking a lot more typical. A lot more like what I expect to see.
Right.
Except, the only problem is it looks like Cohesion doesn't have somebody to flash for either the Raze or the
Interesting.
Jet.
Right.
I do have the Paranoia, but I just don't think it's as strong as having a dedicated flasher.
Right. And I wonder at this point if the coach is just like, hey, you guys need to get a hold of your games and just... Do you want to just pick the most comfortable agent, the agent that you're most comfortable with at this point? Is that
play who you're best with.
Yeah, is that running through their minds after that kind of a...
I think it might have to be like... Honestly, team comp is important, but sometimes you just need to button down, play your main.
I think that's where it is. And it looks like we are in the game already, folks. It is going to be team Cohesion.
Sasahil on that Jet now, like you were saying.
There you go. I'm happy to see that. I am really happy to see that. I think he's much more comfortable. What was he playing on Bind again? Was he on the Sky?
Sage.
He was on the Sage. Right. He was on the Sage. And
I think he's a lot more comfortable playing that attacking role. I think he was used to holding it down as a sentinel.
Right. On the side of Fired Up. Right. What is bullets on the Killjoy? There you go. I'm happy to see that. I am really happy to see that.
Yeah, Fired Up still on the Jet. Expecting to see a lot more out of him this game. I think he ran into some roadblocks last game, but he's a really talented player. And I'm expecting greatness out of him in this set.
Right. Let's walk through the agent compositions for the folks watching so far. So, on the side of Team Cohesion, Omkar is going to be on the Omen, and I know for a fact that he's more comfortable on the Omen. I've seen him before as well. Cone is going to be on the Sova, so no questions asked there. Nightzera switching over to the Killjoy. I'm happy to see that. He's been really strong on the Killjoy for this team so far. SK, wow. No questions.
Obviously
needs to be on the Raze, obviously, right? Fired Up on the Jet. I want to talk about Fired Up a little bit. I've seen this man put in some impressive performances in this tournament, but in the last 2 matches, he has just somewhat lost his way, and I don't know if it's a confidence thing or maybe he's just not having a great week. Perhaps that it happens. It happens to the very best, and I'm really hoping to see him find that form in this map. Not too better sooner rather than later. On the side of Team Valor, really quickly, Bullet on the Killjoy. Happy to see that. Pasha Sahil on the Jet. Hunter is going to be on the Sova. Pixels is going to be on the Astra, and Buster coming in place of Strokey, and he's going to pick up that Phoenix.
And I love to see them on the Astra here. I think Astra is such a strong pick for Bind, or for Ascent, not Bind.
Team Valor here, after showing that initial presence in A site, have decided they want to make their way in towards B and catching Cone off guard. They do have control of site already. Buster's already in a very good position in market. He might just do the wraparound on the CT-sided team. Take a look at this. Buster.
Gets another. Gets a third.
No.
One enemy remaining.
Gets
fourth.
Omkar as well.
Is he going for the ace here?
He is on for the ace, and it's just about if he's going to see. Fired up before anybody else can. They know his position. Buster's going to go for the ace here. Ooh, fired up. Fights back. He is biting back. 1 versus 3. 100 HP on him.
Not acing us today.
No, sir.
And Hunter picks it up. But, man, Buster comes straight into this game and just causes an uproar.
And Seth and me was so excited watching Buster on the Phoenix on Haven. He was so unstoppable. The aggression on Haven that they were showing, and this man was the man behind it. I mean, we talked about the Pasha Sahil as well. And Pasha Sahil, I mean, as soon as that op comes out, you can pretty much forget about pushing the site that he's holding down.
Yep.
That angle is done and dusted. There is no way you're pushing that. And Buster, on the other hand, has just been so aggressive in sneaking into those naughty little corners, those nooks, and getting those kills for his team. And just aggressing, just like how we saw in this first round. Getting the pick on market, going so deep and flanking that CT-sided team.
There was a little... Buster managed to hit the flash on the Omen, but just fired to the right of his.
Exchanging a trade here. Cone is good for his classic. He's got a pick. Team Valor will push on to site nonetheless. Cone is still on second lane.
I like fired up here on the Marshall.
Did not realize that Pixels will still be made. Pixels will pick up 4 kills. Is this his ace? Oh my gosh.
So we had the almost ace round 1 and the ace round 2.
Team Valor picking up round number 2. Pixels with those style points. Anything you can do, I can do better, he says to Buster, I suppose.
Actually,
enough time to go into the astral
we talk about it a lot, but often the team that wins is the team that has every player with that clutch factor.
Right.
And more than that, I think every player on Valor's team has the potential to get an ace, much less has that clutch factor. I think that's making them a strong contender tonight.
No doubt, no doubt. And Seth and me talked about this as well. The clutch potential on some of these players is what makes them so exciting to watch here. Fired up, gets that running back from Buster. But it was too late. He did get a pick, I believe. So Team Cohesion have lost a player early on. It is like Zera who's gone down. Ooh, when your Killjoy goes down, that leaves you very, very exposed. But it looks like Team Valor is not taking that bait. They're going to make the rotate. It looks like. Still in mid, not committed. So they might just go a shot.
Got a little lucky there. Fired up was going to take him out, but Pixel saves his life. Looks like they're about to fake the rotate, go back to A.
SK Wow. SK Wow catches Bullet looking in the wrong direction, and now Bullet going down. A 4v3, a full buy round coming in from Cohesion. So you would expect them to put this away easily. On the side of Team Valor, it is a bonus round at the, and that's the only Vandal they had. That was the only Vandal they had.
30 seconds left.
Pixels
Takes down Fired Up. You'd think the Fired Up should have got that kill.
Now enemy remaining.
Doesn't realize there's two there. SK Wow picks up Hunter gets SK Wow, but gets traded out by Omkar. It's 2-1.
Will get the round in the bag, but losing 3 Vandals.
It's tough.
Team
However,
Cohesion.
Valor is still a little broke. Bullet and Buster unable to full
Can I
buy.
get a drop?
And I think they might just consider going for a save. No, it looks like they're gonna force the issue. Team Valor, they're gonna force it.
They're saying we're better. We don't need to.
Absolutely, and full buys coming in from Cohesion despite those 3 rifles lost. So that's good to see from them. And this is one thing that me and Seth talked about. They want to start showing up before it's too late, like what happened on Bind. Buster
He's taken
here.
out by Buster, trying to play a little aggressive on Cat.
SK Wow
takes
will
out
get the trade onto
Buster.
Pasha Sahil. That's good to see. Hang on, Nike from Wines will get those
Down
2
A.
picks. He's got the spike in front of him as well, and Buster and Hunter not in a good position to pick up that spike. Buster, in fact, a little bit stranded in mid. He needs to get out of here.
Needs to make something happen.
And in fact, is deciding to go in perhaps through this A-shot position, just trying to pinch those players on A side. Nike
Well,
is
Hunter-
still holding Wines.
Last player standing.
Nike will get a
Tries, but
third.
Nightmare picks him up anyway.
He will get a third, and there you go. Maybe this is that moment of brilliance that Team Cohesion needs to turn things around for them. Buster
Buster gets
he does get Nike gets the spike. 30 seconds on the clock. 1 versus 3.
30 seconds left.
He knows there's a player there. This is
10
intense.
seconds left.
drops the ball.
He knew
Surprises
he-
Cone, but misses his head.
He knew Cone was there, but Cone was just a little bit too quick for him. And Team Cohesion pulling back round number 2 for themselves. And now, definitely a shot in the arm. Perhaps Alex for Team Cohesion picking up 2 rounds on level terms with Team Valor.
Level terms. Honestly, at this point, Cohesion's playing great. But there have been a few punts by Valor so far. So we gotta see if Cohesion can keep the momentum going, or if Valor's gonna clean their act up here.
A quick look at the scoreboards, folks. Buster is on 7 and 4. He's looking good tonight. And
Tied up, wasted his ult a little bit.
Pasha
Trying
Sahil
to
does
get
get taken
busted.
down. Pasha Sahil is on a ghost, saving for the operator. Is fired up.
Turret down. One down.
And Nike are realizing that this is an eco round for them, just spraying them down with that Vandal, getting those 2 picks. Buster and Hunter just sheriffs on them.
Player standing.
He's down to
Trying
just
try to SK, wow.
a flawless
It
round
looks like
coming in.
Cohesion is ahead for the first time.
For the first time in this match so far, Team Cohesion will pull ahead a slender lead of 3-2 and fired up confident enough to just go with the ghost in that last round and saving for the operator. He even managed to get a pick. So good thinking there, knowing that Team Valor was going to come in with a half buy. He knew that this was a round that he could just get away with just buying a ghost. And what that has allowed, Alex, is that Fired Up now has an operator in his hands.
Now has an operator in his hands. And see what he can do with it.
He's looking down the wrong side though. All 5 players of Team Valor are outside of A.
Looks like Cohesion might have guessed wrong a little bit here.
And Nike here needs to pull out that lockdown. No doubt. That lockdown needs to come down. But the problem, the issue though, is that Hunter's going to take it down with his Hunter's Fury. And so it may not be an investment that's worthy of making at this point. The spike is getting planted, and SK Wow will stop that plant with that nade. On the other side, this is such an interesting another util kill to stop the spike plant. Cone this time around. And I think Team Valor have played this play too many times. Team Cohesion read that beautifully as Bullet gets taken down. A player is detained as well.
Buster gets 1.
That's the end for Buster, surely. No? What?
Enemy remaining.
Almost gets a second.
Now it's just down to the last player. It is
Gets
Hunter.
a heavy flank from Hunter.
What a flank from him. The wraparound. Do they expect it though? I think they do. SK Wow just threw a
30
nade into A
seconds
heaven. Somehow. Guessing that he is coming from this direction. He is in tree though. It's got too much to do, you have to think. 1v4. Might get Omkar here looking down the wrong angle. He can see the gun barrel. He'll get 1. Gets a second as well.
Left.
Needs to grab the spike.
He doesn't have time though. He doesn't have time to get the spike plant. He might as well just go for the pick. And Hunter! 30 HP takes down SK Wow as well.
Nice shots from Hunter.
And A round in the back for Team Cohesion, but you have to think, did they give away too many picks in the end? Unnecessarily so.
They still have Valor on the back foot here, trying to save to make something.
Placing sentry.
Valor is not buying together right now. They keep being on off buys from each other.
I'll find them.
Surely they should be doing another eco together,
Yeah.
but no, Buster and Hunter have gone for the... But Hunter saved his gun from the last round, so I guess that makes sense for him to go in for that full shield investment. Fired up with the operator, does not connect from that A-shot region. Interesting choice for Buster here, just to go with this Vandal purchase. The Hunter's Fury is being pulled out by Hunter here. I think he'll get a pick onto...
Okay, wow.
Fired up, but no SK. Wow, gets a pick onto the one of the only Vandals that is there available for Team Valor. Pixels gets a pick onto SK. Wow, that could be big.
Bomb grenade out. Turret destroyed. Bomb grenade out. No more sober.
All of their Vandals have been killed.
That was the last Vandal on.
Pasha Sahil managed to pick one up.
He has the Blade Storm as well out now. Pasha Sahil. It's down to just him and Bullet to somehow salvage this. I think they'll just go for the spike plant and they'll be happy with that. Should probably... Well, yeah, he did. He did. Bullet does have the Vandal, but he might get taken down here. In that Hunter's Fury, Nightzera will get Pasha Sahil, who is trying to somehow escape this Hunter's Fury. Bullet gets that pick onto Nightzera.
And Bullet gets taken out by Omkar.
That paranoia was point perfect for him, and Omkar jumping down from that heaven side. Cohesion picking up round number 5. Alex, there you go. It looks like we might just see a nice box tonight. Or am I calling it? Am I gonna jinx it? Is it too early? I don't want to jinx it. But Team Cohesion really fighting back. That operator hasn't paid the dividends yet, though, I'd have to say. I mean, Fired Up hasn't looked his usual clinical self yet. And
yeah, he struggled to pick right. And
right.
Every time he aggresses on B, they go A. And he aggresses on A and they go B.
Standing ahead.
Now though, a lot of aggression from Team Valor. Full buy coming in from them. Water blind from Omkar that was. But somehow Cone could not capitalize. He only manages to get one and gets traded out as well. That was a great paranoia from Omkar. Fired up here like a hawk watching.
The bomb, but isn't rotating.
I think they're just going to play this one slow and simulate a rotation perhaps, but Fired Up is watching this mid lane, so he's going to know that no one's pushing out from mid. Some respect from Team Valor, it looks like, for Team Cohesion this map.
Yes.
Slowing things down, reconsidering their options.
And it looks like the SK WoW and Omkar never bought that they were rotating. They're still sitting on B.
Well, they didn't buy it. They didn't buy it, and SK WoW is sitting in boathouse. He's only got 21 HP, so I think Omkar has a big role to play here.
Uses the killjoy.
Oh, he needs to get out of here. He's searching for that one pick before he gets detained. No, he can't do that. Gets one.
Omkar and SK WoW get killed. Now
2 versus
10
3.
seconds left. Last player standing.
Hunter gets Nightzera.
Scratch that. It's a 3v1. Fired up.
Just the operator.
He needs to save the operator, and that's the decision.
Yeah.
That is the decision.
They know he has it, so let's see if they push up the A.
What went wrong with that B push there? I guess the lockdown. They couldn't have not expected that, right? They knew it was an option.
I think what happened is they saw the lockdown. Omen tried to get aggressive. While SK WoW tried to get back into defender side B spawn. Wasn't able to get there, gets picked off. Omkar, in his aggression, does manage to get one, however gets traded. And when the two of them died there, it allowed them to close mid.
Team Valor just lost two 2 players in that spike explosion.
Wow. That's a bit of a punt. They should have been able to get away from that. They knew he was saving the outbreak.
They did.
And they don't have the econ to waste on dying to
Not in a match like this, at least when you're down 5-3 and Team Valor is not used to trailing. I'll tell you that in this tournament at least, they're not used to being behind. So it'll be interesting to see how they do perform under pressure, quote unquote, and respond to this good performance. It has to be said from Team Cohesion. Fired up here with that operator, needs to make it count.
Smoked off cat.
He's repositioned well though, deeper into tree. Searching for the players walking into a shot. Nigzera will come face to face with Pasha Sahil.
Goes to help out market, but gets smoked off again. Buster is able to just keep pushing forward.
Those Astra smokes are on point today, I'll tell you that.
Yes, they are. Astra's doing a great job.
Fired up now, repositions towards B main, maybe hoping to catch off one of the players from Team Valor. And there is, I believe it's Bullet, who is briefly considering that move. But no, the spike has moved now. Hunter with the spike has gone all the way in towards this A side, which is being guarded by Nigzera. He's down to 31 HP himself. That Omen ultimate, it gets shut down, yeah, immediately.
Yep.
I think it was just for information, and now Pixels fired up with that operator, gets a connection, and now
from Pixels.
his presence is known. Fired up needs to reposition and make this operator work for him. Ooh, that could have been close.
Spike planted.
That wall bang was close.
Looks like Pixels is able to go around.
No.
Takes out the operator.
What a wraparound from Pixels. Omkar needs to catch him.
Omkar's waiting for him.
Cover going out.
Turns away at the wrong moment.
He does. Pixels' flank will continue.
Last player standing.
Gets taken out by Hunter. Hunter gets 2. And
Team
Pixels the
Valor.
MVP that round.
Most definitely, and showing that they can play the waiting game as well. In addition to just throwing the kitchen sink at the opposition, Team Valor doing really well there. I think they lost that first pick, if I'm not mistaken, and fired up, getting a pick onto a shot as well with that operator.
Thanks.
And now Team Cohesion, they've got a decision to make.
Need a drop.
Omkar is going to go in with that Spectre, and somehow they'll still afford the op.
Really, they have to take light shields. They were 50 short.
Alarm bot out.
A quick look at the scoreboard. Alex, what do you think of the scoreboard right now? SK WoW on top for Team Cohesion, 8 and 7.
It's 5-4 right now, with Pasha Saha and Bullet having kind of slow starts to this game. But honestly, Cohesion's going to need to take a few more, probably 4 more to be confident for them on attack. They've proven that they're pretty competent for defense, but they have lost. But their attacking last time was not able to make anything happen.
Spike planted.
An absolutely chaotic entry into this B side. Both teams exchanging 3 picks apiece, and now an even 2 versus 2. This cosmic divide coming in from Pixels is definitely going to be helpful. But hang on, Nigzera pulls out the lockdown, and instantly it will be shut down by Hunter's Fury. Interesting, I never thought I'd say that.
Last player standing.
Pixels here will catch Nigzera on the
Hunter gets
drop,
the other.
and fired up as well, and Team Valor will put another round on the board. 5-5. Alex, it's only a matter of time before we bring up the magic number again. And what is the magic number on Ascent?
For Ascent, I think the magic number is 8. However, for Cohesion specifically, they don't have a very strong attacker. At least they didn't last round. I'm not confident in it. So I'm going to say they need 9 or 10.
Right.
And it looks like they've lost the chance of that.
Right. I mean, at the most, they're going to get away with just 7 at this point. So if you're saying it's 8, so from the side of the attackers, which is what the magic number usually, the perspective is from the attacking side. So you're saying it's 4. Yep. It's as low as 4.
4.
That's right. Okay. Well, for me, I would probably say 5. and Team Valor already got 5 rounds on the board. And if you look at that economy, Team Cohesion is due for an eco round, which means they most definitely are going to get the 6th round unless Team Cohesion somehow pulls off something spectacular here in the next 30 seconds or so. And with that momentum,
yeah,
I think it might just be 7-5 in favor of Team Valor.
Yeah, and even just pulling 6-6 on the set, I think you put yourself in a really strong position if you get a defend well.
Exactly. 6 rounds, 6-6 on defense is a defendable score. It's easily defendable.
Very defendable.
Folks, this is the grand finals. If you're just tuning in, we are in the middle of a best of 5. Team Valor have already put away map number 1, which was Bind, and they did it with some style points, if I can say that. And hey, Omkar here with the eco getting the first pick. And Hunter is very low here. Hunter is he kills himself with a shotgun.
No!
Oh no! You don't like to see that. You don't want to see that. And good aggression coming in from Cohesion here, recognizing that they needed to do this. Cone here does have a Phantom already,
but he's going up against Pixels, and Pixels is playing so well here.
I don't think Pixels is aware. I don't think he's aware. He's on side, and there you go.
Standing ahead.
Well, he did try to concuss him on site. Knows he can spray through the ball. Doesn't need to push here.
Ooh, but
anyway,
peeking wide here, peeking wide and making his bullet count. And just as we predicted, it will be a 6th round for Team Valor. And now Team Cohesion will be able to afford that op once again. So they'll be hoping surely that they'll be able to put this round away somehow. And interestingly, Pasha Sahil with the op as well. There you go, on the side of attack. I'd love to see that.
V-op, Jet v Jet, fired up versus Pasha Sahil.
Blocking vision. Blocking vision.
Hustler gets fired up off the op. Pasha Sahil watching for the flank. Killjoy taken out at B main.
Recovering it.
SK Wow here will get a pick onto Buster. Looks like the commitment is there from Team Valor on this A side. Nightzera doing really well. It is down to just Pasha Sahil.
Nightzera gets a 3rd.
It's a cleanup. It is a cleanup on aisle 5, Alex. It's a cleanup on aisle 5. 6-6
on aisle 5.
Oh, an office reference never gets old. 6-6 on the board, Alex. We kind of called it 6-6. We thought this would be the scoreline at halftime, but now if you're looking at it from the perspective of Team Cohesion, and if you let's do it this way. What if you were the coach of Team Cohesion? What are you telling your players right now?
Honestly, I'm telling them to play tight. Honestly, it's probably they need to like 4 or 5 stack a site and play for retake.
Right.
Or not retake, not attack.
Right. I mean, Cohesion's right. They're attacking first, but hey, take a look at this. Team Valor, 3 players aggressing from a shot.
Oh my god! Just leaving A. What is going on?
This is wild. This is wild.
Recovering it.
Folks, are you watching this? Team Valor, a 3-man flank, a 3-man short flank.
This is the aggressive defense.
Pasha Sahil dashing out and completely decimating. Oh my goodness.
This is the Sentinel plays from Rashevik. They got down and dirty and got super aggressive on defense, playing that first pistol round like they were attacking to mix it up and throw the other team off.
And this is what I was talking about. Team Valor, they've always played like this whole tournament, and you have to think that Team Cohesion should have expected that. I mean, not specifically this play. Who would expect?
Right.
Who would expect it? Right. Absolutely. But I mean, I don't even know, man.
such a bad position when all of a sudden you're trying to defend as the attackers. You're just not expecting that level of aggression. And Buster gets 2. Buster gets
Gets
3.
3. The spike is down.
Mid.
Pixels gets 1. Pixels.
A flawless
gonna be
round in the
good?
bag.
Painful.
A flawless round in the bag. 8-6
Honestly.
on the scoreboard, Alex. They don't want to allow Team Valor. This is what I was talking about. You don't want to allow this team to bully you early on. You need to fight back, and that's what I loved about SK. Wow, he wasn't taking any of it. He was fighting back, and even in blind. And there you go. You can see him all fired up outside of this A main position. As Team Valor will be going in for a bonus round, so they should put this one away. Cohesion.
And Team Valor just seems unstoppable on defense. They did the same thing last game. Buster gets one fired up straight to mouth.
Fired up. Getting in this under heavy position down to just 7 HP. A 4 versus 4 retake. Do they have the guns? They do have a Phantom, a couple of Spectres, and a Marshal. And fired up is basically down to just 7 HP, so he get taken down momentarily by any of these wall bang
He gets
shots.
hit by that Marshal.
Oh, he
hell.
gets a pick.
Pixels gets 2, but fired up takes out bullet.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, this is looking like curtains once again here. This is looking like curtains once again. Team Valor will put away the bonus round as well with 3 players still alive. Those are 3 free rifles that they're going to be picking up into this next round. And that economy is going to look super duper healthy for them. And on the side of Team Cohesion, on attack, they're going to be coming in with another eco round.
Winning the 3rd round without having to buy,
It's genius.
it's just so crazy.
It's crazy.
Sentry.
You get so much advantage by taking them.
Eyes up.
Team Cohesion here coming in with 5 Sheriff buys. 5 Sheriff
Sahil
buys.
on the op now.
Early operator already, and Pixels showing himself here. SK Wow. Ooh, that may could be trouble for him. He just walks,
Get away.
walking out, and Pasha Sahil is there to save his teammate.
Bullet gets an SK.
One enemy
Wow.
remaining.
Night Zero's last in again. Gets the plant for that 300
Oh my
flawless
god.
victory.
Another flawless victory. Another flawless victory coming in for Team Valor here. 10-6 on the board. They are starting to look really strong. We talked about that magic number, Alex. We talked about their magic number being 5. And they did cross it. They were on 6. So as per my theory, there should be another map in the bag for Team Valor.
Seem incapable of dropping defense.
Time out. Placing swarm grenade.
Looks like Pixels is going to be holding A alone. Stacking mid and B, expecting the bot to be there.
Frozone in the chat is like they're reading them like a book, and I tend to agree at this point. And a little bit concerned for Team Cohesion, if I'm being honest with you. We're going to be heading into Haven next. The momentum has been completely on the side of Team Valor. Buster, look at this run and back. He manages to get a pick, gets information on Cone before he finally gets shut down from mid-link. And already Team Cohesion down to just 4 players. Another player going down. Pixels gets a pick onto fired up as Omkar will get the trade on the Pasha Sahil.
Pixels gets own car.
One enemy remaining.
Buster
Spike
gets
down.
Cone.
Buster gets Cone.
The spike goes down, and Nike Zera is now thinking to himself, what are my options at this point? And that thought could not
What
be
do I
completed.
do?
11-6, and economy wise Team Cohesion once again will be struggling, and on the side of Team Valor they are looking so comfortable they can afford a vacation at this point, Alex.
Yeah, they can take a few matches off.
Oh my goodness.
Thanks.
It looks like Team Cohesion will force the issue, and I'm happy to see that. Fired Up does have the
Yeah, true.
he does have the blade storm as an option. So Fired Up is going to play off of his blades. Cone is going to be the only player who's going to just somewhat settle for a Spectre and 3 Vandals in the hands of Nightzera, Omkar and SK Wow. I'm backing SK Wow to show some resolve here. And ooh, Pasha Sahil walking out of that B main position, getting a pick.
Away.
Oh my god, that aggression. And Fired Up here, trying.
Get fired up. Cheap spot by Fired Up. The Bullet managed to get him anyway.
Trying to wall bang that lockdown.
Trying to take out the Killjoy.
And we'll get the site thanks to that lockdown. And Omkar using his ultimate will go back straight into boathouse. Ooh, a couple of snappy kills here. That TP though wasn't the right move.
Spike down.
Bullet will take him down. It is down to just Nightzera.
I got the spike. Placing
And Bullet gets the kill on the enemy Killjoy.
They were absolutely bullying him at that point, man. Nightzera
Yeah.
had too much to do over there with that turret, trying his best. The recon, the wall bangs. It is all a bit too much here for Team Cohesion on this map. 6 rounds back to back for Team Valor on defense. And we talked about how Ascent can be defender-sided, and there you go. 6 rounds. It was 6-6 at halftime. And we are basically looking at 12-6 right now. Unbelievable.
6. Looks like they're going to try to go for a mid push this time.
Scattered buys this time around from Team Cohesion once again. And Fired Up will get the first pick onto Pixels as Pasha Sahil will get the trade with that operator. Buster's in trouble here. Buster's in trouble.
Back.
But that's what I'm talking about. Every time a player's in trouble, the teammates backing up for Team Valor has been so good. The timing on those rotations, making those peaks, making sure Buster somehow survives. Because of that, he's somehow still alive at 17 HP and will get eventually picked off. At the wrong time, you have to think.
there.
3 versus 2 now. Team Cohesion should look at somehow picking up this round. Pasha Sahil with the operator.
Tough position.
How has he gotten away? How has he gotten away with that and gets a pick as well? Oh, will pull out his Blade Storm.
One enemy
Oh!
remaining.
Oh my gosh, gets one on Comb.
Pasha Sahil, you animal.
30 seconds left.
You are an animal. SK, wow. Surely this is map done and dusted for Team Cohesion. 2 HP. Unless he does something unbelievable. He does have the showstopper. And Pasha Sahil will pick up that 4K. Alex, 7 rounds in a row, Alex.
On
Team Valor, what are we looking at right now? What a unbelievable. 13-5 in the first map, 13-6 in the second map. And I mean, the reason I'm surprised is because the scoreline was 6-6 at halftime, and we were thinking Team Cohesion, yeah, they got this. They're coming back into this. But Team Valor, man, they're making it look easy at this point, dude. They are making it look easy. Buster, 21 and 15, 6 first bloods for Team Valor. Pasha Sahil with 3 first bloods. A combined first blood count of 9 for both of them. SK Wow and Fired Up together just have 5, and maybe it's a big statistic for me personally. And once again, we're seeing that appears to be the difference between these two teams. But hey, all 3 players, Buster, Pixels, Pasha Sahil, they've looked so good. They've looked so good today.
so good. And it looks like Cohesion's going on the attack again. They've had a lot of trouble attacking. The aim is very T-sided.
I think so too. We talked about how the Astra pick, and let's talk about that for a bit before we head into this break. How impactful has that Astra pick been over the Omen, and has that made a difference? That agent composition. Do you think agent composition is something that Team Cohesion needs to revisit, or is it just a matter of confidence at this point?
So I think there's something to be said about playing the best agents in the game. I think right now Astra is just better than Omen as the field-wide smoker. She has so much utility in her. The fact that she can smoke 5 times around, plus doing the black hole and the concussion, and even though her ultimate's not necessarily the most impactful in the game, it's still a lot of times much more impactful than the teleport.
Right.
So I think Astra's just the better agent than Omen at this point, especially considering Daddy Riot just keeps laying the nerf hammer on top of Omen.
Daddy Riot.
Every single patch, it seems, Omen gets another nerf.
It is really sad to see it, and as someone who used to Omen main back in episode 2, I do feel really bad for that. But hey, coming back to this game, man, it is a best of 5, folks. If you're just tuning in, we are in the middle of our grand finals of the League Ego India Invitational version 3. If you're wondering, hey, what is League Ego? We're an esports organization. We organize Valorant tournaments both in the US and in India. And we're just super excited to be part of the Indian esports ecosystem right now. It's growing tremendously, and we just want to do whatever we can from our side and invest into this talent. Oh, talent is the right word that was on display tonight. This particular tournament is an 8-team knockout. We've finally narrowed it down to the last 2 teams, and they're fighting for a big prize of 30,000 rupees. And the team that's coming in second is going to walk away with 15,000 rupees, and that's what's at stake here, folks. That's what's at stake. Every round has been a best of 3 so far, except for the finals that we're in, and this is a best of 5. Make no mistake. And the map pool for us this tonight is Bind, Ascent, Haven, Icebox, and Split. And so far, we're done and dusted with 2 maps. The scoreline is 2-0 in favor of Team Valor. Let me say that again. The scoreline is in favor of Team Valor, 2-0. And this map pool, by the way, is the result of the veto process that we have followed, and it's a complicated process. I don't want to get into it right now, but next up, we are going to be headed into Haven, and Team Valor. Alex, hear this out. Team Valor is going to be defending first.
Yes, and they have just seemed unstoppable.
The last time they defended first on Bind, Alex,
it was 11-1.
11-1. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
11-1. So yeah, I mean,
just went straight without dropping a single one on defending on Ascent. It looked like it was going a lot of the same way as the one on Bind went.
Absolutely. The chat is talking about that last Bladestorm shot by Pasha Sahil over that Heaven. Oh my goodness,
what a crazy shot!
We are definitely going to be clipping that. Stay tuned to our Instagram. You will see that highlight there for sure. Pasha Sahil, if you're watching this right now, dude, you need to calm down. What are you on? You're like, this dude is cracked, dude, completely. One last announcement before we jump into the break, folks. We are giving away a battle pass every week. The battle pass giveaway event is live. We announce a new winner every Wednesday. And if you're wondering, what do I need to do to be eligible to win that battle pass? It's very simple. All you got to do is jump into our Instagram and follow us. That's it. The link will be in the description down below, so make sure you guys are jumping in and doing that. And if you're lucky, your name might be the name that we pick out this coming Wednesday, and we announce a new winner every Wednesday. So make sure to do that. We're going to jump into a really quick break now, and we'll be back. Next up, folks, is Haven. So don't go anywhere. I'll see you guys on the other side.
Game over. Game over.
All right, we are back after that super snappy break. The players have all but prepared themselves for this map number 3. Folks, if you're just tuning in, we're in the middle of the grand finals. The score of the it's a best of 5. It's a best of 5. I'm going to say it again. It's a best of 5. The map pool is Bind, Ascent, Haven, Icebox, and Split. We're pretty much done with 2 maps, Bind and Ascent, in the bag for Team Valor. In the bag, and now we're headed over to Haven, where Valor will be defending first. We're going to get into agent compositions in just a bit, but Alex, the quick thought, the quick statistic that I want to pull out is what we were just talking about in the break. On defense, Valor's score in Bind was 11-1, right? They were defending first 11-1.
Yeah.
On Ascent, they defended second, and their defender side score was 7-0, because we were 6-6 at halftime, and the score ended at 6-13. So far in this best of 5, their defender side score is 18-1. Out of the 19 possible rounds that they could win on defense, they have won 18.
They're unstoppable on defense.
Sentinels, are you watching this?
Choose your
Are you watching? Them starting on defense in this 3rd round might be lights out. For Cohesion.
And I think if I'm Team Cohesion right now, and if I'm looking at the statistic, I'm just like, oh my goodness, these guys are going to be defending first on Haven. What do we need to throw at them to stop
Honestly,
this momentum?
They just attacking. It's Haven, and Valor Esports has not done the greatest attacking. If they can take 4 here.
4
against this world-ending defense,
right?
They might be able to do it.
Right. So you're saying Team Cohesion's like, let's just try to get 4 rounds in. Is that what you're saying?
Just try to get 4. Yep.
I think that's fair. And I think the key would be the first round. For me, the pistol round is going to be huge.
The pistols. And looking at the team comps. Grizzly, man. So Pixels is back on the Astra. We love to see it catch us off.
Right.
How strong he was. Really, the only change is Bullet is going with his Cypher pick, which I think he's he's just a lot stronger on Cypher.
Which I think he personally enjoys Cypher more. I've seen him play. He's more effective for his team. Pasha Sahil. What is going on over here? This is not a matchmaking game, bro. This is a tournament. Pasha Sahil does not care.
Just rushes down in the sewer. Just doesn't care.
Fired Up will get a trade onto Hunter. Now a 3 versus 2 situation. Fired Up searching for Astra, searching for Pixels. He can't see her. She is outside of A shot. A Phoenix Molly comes out of nowhere from Buster.
You're looking at the Cypher. Lurking right now, waiting for that rotate. Realizes they're heading on the side.
Ooh, Cone gets a pick onto Pixels. Game on here. 2 versus 2. Bullet is on the flank though.
1 enemy remaining.
Fired Up gets another. All of a sudden, this 4v2 turned into 2v1.
2v1? How did that happen? Team Valor.
Fired Up stuck the team. Fired Up and Cone stuck the team on their back. Each have 2 kills now.
Can Buster swing and take out Fired Up here? Can he swing? He does!
Oh, gets him. Buster gets him. Plays a little bit of ring around the rosy. Needs to make a move now.
Cone gets spotted out as he starts going in towards a shot, and now Buster cannot afford to stick it. Cohesion will pull it back. How have they done this after losing 3 players to that initial aggression shown by Pasha Sahel? Team Valor will be a little bit disappointed, surely.
A little bit. This is their first pistol round win on attack. Honestly,
I think it is. I think you're right. Team Cohesion.
Buster punted a little bit there. He tried to fake him out and go back around boxes there. He should have just continued on right at the bomb, shot him around A side, shouldn't have let him get away.
And I think he stopped that defuse to break the recon, which perhaps he could have just stuck it and just reached that halfway point. He just bought himself more time. And Pasha Sahil, once again, this man from A shot, this time with the Marshall. It looks like he's the only player who's gone in for a somewhat of an investment. I can see 3 sheriffs. So overall, a half-buy/eco round for Team Valor. Bullet is already on the lurk. Take a look at his flank. He is in spawn, literally hearing the sounds of Team Cohesion rotate. The information he's giving out to his team right now is invaluable. And
taken out by SK Wild, coming back out.
He could have done a lot more damage there.
Yep, he felt the lurk in his heart, knew what he needed to do.
Cone here will take down Hunter. Cohesion fired up, will pick off Pasha Sahil as well. It's down to just Buster. He's got only a sheriff on him, and surely this will be an easy A site plant and an easy situation for them to hold on. Can he get this alt point before the spike plant goes on? In fact, they haven't yet planted yet.
30 seconds left.
Bot's coming back.
I think Cohesion don't want to lose any guns to Buster. And I think Buster's only objective at this point would be to do exactly that, is pick off as many Spectres as he can. And Nightzera, you have to question that push. It seemed a bit unnecessary.
Doesn't reload there, runs out of bullets.
And Fire Up will eventually come in from the flank and pick up that kill. And a second round on the board, but losing 2 Spectres, that might just be a little bit of a pinch on their economy. But hopefully they should be able to recover from that. Team Cohesion in the lead, 2-0. I think, is this the first time they have a 2-round lead?
Yes, this is the first time they've won the pistol round on the round.
And there you go, a full buy coming in from Team Valor here. 3 half shields I still do see, and that is the price you pay for picking up those sheriffs after losing that pistol round. Bullet does have a bulldog in his hands. 3 Spectres, 1 Vandal, and a sheriff on the side of Team Cohesion. Very much a bonus round coming in from them.
Letting them push up in the garage before they try to push down long. Really good push. Buster manages to get 1. Omkar gets Buster, but Hunter trades out Omkar and Bullet gets fired up.
3 versus 2 now. 3 versus 2. Cone and Nightzera have some work on their hands here. Nightzera will pick up pixels. Could they pull off
the garage now? And they just take him out. They don't even get the spike down.
I was just going to say, can Cohesion pull off a bonus? Because that would be something else. And now, Valor, Team Valor, off the mark in Haven. Round number 3 in the bag. That full buy will pay dividends. They did lose 3 players. But Pasha Sahil is going to probably go with that Blade Storm as an option. And more or less, rifles all around for both teams. A couple of ultimates available. Buster's got his run it back. It'll be interesting to see how and when he would invest that.
Buster gets fired up right off the gate. Only takes a little bit of damage.
Searching for another pick here. Naughtily searching for another pick there.
They decide they need to rotate off that smoke.
Good choice. Good choice. But they need to deal with it. Ooh, Nightzera shutting down the run it back instantly.
Buster goes in the garage.
That A site is looking so empty right now, Alex. Look at Buster's position. Look at Buster's position. He's in the smoke here. He will flash out. Gets a pick on the home card. Gets a second. And now this will be the end for SKWOW as well. A possible ace for Buster here. He is searching. He is searching for Cone. Ooh.
Cone gets Buster, but gets taken out.
3 players alive and a second round in the bag. The comeback has begun from Team VALOR here.
For another crazy round from Team VALOR.
3 map picks of VL or Cohesion. Folks, this is a map veto process that we have followed. So each team takes turns in banning a map and then they choose who gets to defend or attack first. It's a little bit of a complicated process that my TOs take care of for me. So I'm not going to be getting into it right now. But regardless of... Right.
I think he's on the hard work.
Right. Cohesion here with an eco round, Alex, once again. 4 sheriffs. It's the same pattern that they got into last map as well.
Buster gets own car. Cypher knows there's at least one around the garage.
Buster will wall bang SQ. Wow.
Looks like they're planning to try to plant down.
Enemy remaining.
Buster gets another and Hunter gets
It's a shutdown, man. It was a shutdown once again. A flawless round in the back. Team VALOR once again building that momentum. And I was talking about the pattern that Team Cohesion got into last maps as well. They buy and they save and they buy and they save, and at some point
always feel like they're on the back foot. They
it's
always lose so much eco.
And what does that do to your confidence? I mean, think about the duelist for a second, whose role in the game is to just jump in and get those entry flags, getting denied time and time again. What does that do to you and your self-confidence?
Yeah, and if your aces, your entry bracket's confidence breaks, your team is just down bad.
Absolutely, and this run it back when Buster invested early on.
Buster has run it back every single round.
A lot of fire being exchanged outside of A main here. Cone is searching for Pixels. That shock dart might do a lot of damage to Pixels. He is a little bit low.
Pasha Sahil and Pixel is trying to get
Ooh, he saw the top of his head there, but what a smoke from Pasha Sahil to help out his teammate. Elsewhere, Buster will get a pick. I think it was onto Omkar in garage.
Revealing area.
Obscuring vision.
No commitment yet from Team Cohesion on either side. 40 seconds on the clock.
They're both waiting for that Sova dart.
30 seconds left.
Not realizing Sova's on the other side of the map. Finally figures
Ooh,
it out.
Cone gets a pick onto Pasha Sahil. This could just open up A side a little bit, and now immediately Hunter repositioning himself to help out his team. The Killjoy lockdown has been invested here on a shot. 14 seconds on the clock. They need to get this pick on Pixels, otherwise the plant is not going to go down.
Left.
Out of charges.
Just about. Cone is down to 7 HP. A 3 versus 2 retake now coming in from Team VALOR. Buster and Bullet fairly healthy in terms of HP.
One enemy remaining.
Gets one, gets two.
It's 2, making it look so easy.
One enemy remaining.
Ooh, fired up. Yeah, too much to do in the end, and another round and execute a retake. Executed brilliantly from Team VALOR, and with that a 4th round will be posted on the board, folks. 4-2. And at this point, Team Cohesion starting to experience that same PTSD again, maybe, Alex, after those last 2 maps. 4 rounds on the trot for Team VALOR, looking good once again. A quick review of the economies, folks. Pasha Sahil has brought out the operator. Economy is looking very healthy on the side of Team VALOR here, but for Cohesion, a little bit scrappy, down to just 50, 150 creds. Many players in I still see 3 half shields. So Team Cohesion, they need to make this round work for them, or it will be another eco round coming in.
Yeah, the way they're spreading out, looks like they're looking for a pick. And they're going to take the bomb to C or B, depending on if they get a pick which one first.
Cone gets a pick onto Buster with the Hunter's Fury. That is going to be helpful here. SK Wow gets a follow-up kill as well. And now Seaside is available. The control is there. But hang on. The spike.
But it looks like they realized they forgot the
Oh
spike.
my gosh. No harm done though. Nightzera gets another pick onto Pixels. In fact, this delay is actually confusing Team Valor. They're not sure what's quite happening.
Spike planted.
Standing ahead.
Pasha Sahil has that operator.
And I think the call has been made. It's going to be a save.
Gets one.
I don't know what Nightzera was hoping for there, walking in out of that B side with the knife in his hands. But the call is clear. The call is to save both Pasha Sahil as well as Hunter, who is on 150 HP. So 50 shields, and this majestic and very expensive operator will be saved now.
Should we like this? So a lot of teams won't save. They have 2 players with full shields and guns left. However, saving here just continues to put a stranglehold on their economy over there.
Exactly.
Because they're just they always have so much more money.
Very well said. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, Alex, this is one of the first times in this entire tournament that I'm seeing Team Valor show so much respect to their opposition and even going for a save. They have just been so ruthless about using the utility, their guns. They just throw the kitchen sink, as it were, at their opponents every single time. So it's a little bit nice to see that Team Cohesion getting the respect that they deserve finally, and showing the performance as well, if I'm being honest. Pasha Sahil will get taken down. We just talked about that respect, man. Pasha Sahil got no chill.
Pixels gonna go there.
No, you don't.
Ooh, Buster had a sneaky position. Buster!
Pixels and Buster just don't give them a second to breathe.
How did Buster even get into the cubby? I didn't even notice that.
Me either. I was watching Pixels.
Did Buster just allow the full team of Cohesion to walk past him from cubby?
He just ruined their lives.
Oh my goodness. 5-3 folks on the scoreboard, and now it looks like Team Cohesion will be able to afford another round of buys, except for Fired Up, who will have to work out something with that frenzy. And we talked about SK Wow, and it looks like he's not popping off in this map, and so much depends on him for Team Cohesion's performance, and it just can't be that way. It just can't be that way. And at this point, Team Valor really starting to look very, very strong. And there you go, the run it back from SK Wow, getting shut down by Buster, getting a follow-up kill as well. Pixels with another kill.
Down. C.
Did both Phoenixes open the run it back at the same time?
SKY picks up Buster, maybe. I'm not sure.
I think that's what happened. The spike is dropped in a very, very, very precarious position, and now SKY will get the kick. Bullet will get taken down as well by Omkar. The spike plant is possibly on here. A 3 versus 2 situation. Hunter will pull one back.
Last player standing.
Hunter pulls another one back, and now Omkar has
Hunter is so
4
good
HP.
on
4 HP. And 2 players to deal with. He's convinced that there's someone coming CT, but there's no one. There is no one.
Nice little 3K there.
3K from Hunter, as another round will go into the back for Team Valor. 6-3. Is it too early, Alex, to talk about the magic number on Haven?
Oh, the magic number on Haven from an attack side. Since it's so attack sided, really, really probably need to win.
Right. And
7 or 8.
I would say 8. Yeah, absolutely. And I think last time when we spoke, you said 8. I think that's the right number. That's the right number. And 8's already out of hand. Heck, even 7's out of question.
Yeah, the only thing they can get is 6. If they go down 9-3 here, it's gonna be tough.
Nonetheless, Team Cohesion will be forcing once again. Pasha Sahil with that operator dangerously looking out of this B site. But it looks like Team Cohesion want to make the commitment towards this A side. There's a player pushed up a little bit forward. It is fired up all the way. Bullet is watching from heaven. He's got a couple of tripwires in a very, very tricky positions.
You should run.
The lockdown has been invested. The lockdown has been invested. That's an interesting one. They don't have any side control yet. Bullet will get detained. It looks like, no, it's not Bullet. In fact, Pasha Sahil will get detained in CT. He should be alright for now.
Scanning ahead.
The spike plant has gone down. Alex, be prepared. This one's going to be a bloodbath. It is a 5v5 retake. Things are going to get real messy real fast.
Toasted got busted. SK Wow thinks 100% physical trades out SK Wow.
What a kill from Pasha Sahil from heaven. Bullet gets another one. A 1 versus 2. Bullet with 33 HP.
Where is it?
Tries to use his ult to find out where they are.
Invested that neural theft but didn't have the clearance from green box. He will get taken down by Cone, I believe it was. And Team Cohesion will post round number 4 for themselves. And this scoreline, folks, now moves to 6-4.
Placing alarm bot.
It'll help for the economies and the self-confidence to get that round back. But I wonder, I get the feeling it might just be a too little too late.
Revealing area.
It looks like they're going for the full C push.
Interesting choice there. Interesting
Looks
choice
like
there.
Pixels and Buster are going to get a little aggressive
Joke's
on C.
over.
They need to deal with Pasha Sahil's operator though.
Gets away, lives another day. SK Wow is one tries to the operator. Goes real deep with his run attack.
Spike planted.
Spamming these operator shots through that smoke. The spike has gone down. 2 players on site, 3 players from long. Ideal, in my opinion.
Fired up gets Pasha Sahil with the out. But Pixels gets SK Wow.
Bullet with that stinger. With that stinger. And now a 3 versus 3. Fired up is looking good. He will get taken down though. The op goes down. And now
Night Zero goes super flank and gets
Last player
Hunter.
standing.
Gets trade out for Pixels. And there's just nothing that Silva can do. Gets taken out by Pixels. But
and
they
the
still
retake is done. Oh no!
they lose the round. They didn't have enough time.
I thought they did. For a second I thought they did.
Last round in the half.
The round in the bag. Economy is not looking the best. It is the last round. And hang on, Team Valor. Ooh, Alex, take a look at the economies.
They're very low for
They're
this
very
last
low.
round.
It is going to be an
Both
eco
teams are
coming
very
in.
low.
It's going to. Well, Team Cohesion have 3 rifles. They've got a Guardian pick on Cone and a Spectre on Fired Up. But Fired Up does have the Blade Storm as an option, so that gun is pretty much irrelevant. Fired Up drafting outside of A lobby, searching for the pick onto Hunter. Somehow survives.
Bullet knows the kind of angle and the kind of line of sight he's gonna need to get the kill with the stinger.
Take flight.
Amcar respecting Garage decides to just go straight to B.
Clears backside. That's priority. SK Wow gets a useful pick here onto Pixels. Buster gets the trade onto Fired Up. Gets a follow-up kill as well. SK Wow. He still hasn't found Buster. Buster gets a 3K.
Does some damage to Cone.
Going in Nexera now. Just
They think they gotta move. They don't know where to go.
they're evaluating the options. C is definitely an option. The tripwires will give away their position. A side's completely empty as well. Take a look at Hunter's position. Hunter's all the way in spawn.
Yeah, he's just waiting to see if he needs to use his ult on A to stop them from planting.
It looks like it will be the
Cypher's looking
30
at
silent.
seconds
that gun.
The silent walk in towards C-side. They have reached Cypher's trap. They know it's there.
He knows they're on C now. He managed to go get a Phantom, get rid of that stinger.
Oh, the Hunter's Fury will deny the spike plant, and that will be the round surely. As the 7th round. 3 rounds, Alex. 3
Switching sides.
rounds below
The magic
the
number.
magic number. Some anxiety in the team cohesion camp.
I'd be feeling a little anxious if I was them. Not as anxious as I was feeling when they were on defense, but still a little anxious. They managed to do what I hoped they could. Getting 5 here, knowing how good Valor is on defense, getting 5 is still very respectable.
This is a nice spot.
And if there's one thing that Team Valor is known for, and the strength, is probably their ability to push and push effectively. Ooh, Nigzera, a headshot with the turret. Nigzera is pulling out. Oh, he is absolutely shown up here. This is exactly the kind of start that Team Cohesion needed here. We might just have round on in favor for Team Cohesion. The last 2 players, Buster, we know what he's capable of.
Buster's on B. And it looks like Hunter's trying to get that ball.
That turret is the MVP for me today, Alex. That turret right there.
That turret really messed up their whole team coming down C. Buster just trying to get some kills here. He's taken out.
Flawless. I did not call that. Did not expect this at all. A flawless round from Team Cohesion. That will do wonders to their confidence, Alex. Wonders.
I agree. I think Valor made a mistake by not doing the simple thing, going for pistol round. They thought they could take that long line of sight and switch on the C, and they got punished hard.
Nigzera was just on point. On point.
Now their only option really is they need some shorter lines of sights to make these pistols.
Scanning ahead. Shot that. Shot that.
Bullet will get a pick here. And it looks like Team Valor have force bot. I did not catch that, Alex. Team Valor have force bot Nigzera.
Spike down.
Getting a
A.
couple of picks here. Getting a sneaky position.
Amkar takes out Pasha Sahil, making it 2v3. Buster going up against Amkar here.
1 enemy remaining.
Bullet can't quite make it happen.
Are you surprised with this force buy after losing pistol from Team Valor?
A little bit, but I think they know they need to make something happen here at Cat. They really don't want this to be 7-7.
1 versus 2. Buster does have B and C both as options with Nigzera taken down. It should be an easy plant, honestly.
30 seconds left.
And both players of Cohesion playing together, side by side, making sure that there was no opportunity for Buster to pick up both.
It's going back to A. What a bamboozle!
Is he actually doing that?
Yep, he's going back to A. I think he's
10
going to play
seconds
for
left.
ammo boxes. That's what I would do.
Oh my god, this is pure genius. This is
Planning
pure
for
genius.
ammo boxes.
This is pure genius from Buster. And now SK Wow and Cone both realizing that they've just been hoodwinked, now coming back. SK Wow does have 150 HP, Alex. That could be big. That could be big with this Spectre damage. Buster has gone all the way down to A link outside of B side, hoping to catch this flank. The tension is real. The tension is real here. Not expecting him to be CT, and I'm not quite sure why. Eventually, SK Wow figures it out. He is in CT, and they will be able to get the half defuse done as well as that complete defuse. And now Team Valor will have to do probably another eco round because that decision to force has not paid off for them. 7-7 on the scoreboard. Are we going to Icebox?
Are we going to Icebox? Are they going to give it to us?
For the first time in this tournament, will we see an Icebox match?
Turret out.
Also, will the curse of the 2-0 ever be lifted?
Swarm grenade.
Is it going to be a 3-0? Because that keeps up with the 2-0.
Yep. Will it be lifted this game?
Well, my money's on Team Cohesion, surely the way they've been playing so far. And now this should be another round that they should be able to put away for sure, because they do have 3 rifles and a couple of Spectres on the side of Team Valor. 5 Sheriffs coming in. No commitment in terms of spike, but they are very, very deep in, and picks falling very quick and fast.
So many picks happen all at once.
One enemy remaining. Team Ace.
That is a Team Ace.
Each one gets one.
Each one get one at the loss of none. And now an 8th round in the bag for Team Cohesion. It is honestly a little bit, I'm sure they'll be relieved to be in the lead once again. This Haven map has been a far more balanced map, a far more balanced encounter between these two teams, with Team Cohesion really coming into their own.
I think Cohesion is probably settling back.
Alarm bot out. Time for a field
What
test.
Valor is doing.
Placing swarm grenade.
Looks like it is going to be full buys for both teams. I can see a couple of Spectres for Cohesion. The bonus is extended to a 3rd round, it looks like. It does look like they're going to do another round with the Spectres. Cone and Omkar, despite having extremely comfortable economies, are going to stick with that Spectres.
One. SK Wow trades out bullet though. Runs it back. Omkar gets Pasha Sahil from Garage.
Pasha Sahil was trying to catch out SK Wav's ultimate. And now Team Cohesion responding beautifully. Looking set to put away another round. It is down just to Pixels. He does have a Phantom and 150 HP. Has a spike as well. A side is completely open. It is an option. I'm just saying.
Pixel's trying to make something happen here. He needs to force them to make some mistakes.
Concealment.
Now he's put up a couple of smokes in A, hoping that it will catch someone's attention, but unfortunately for him, no one's there.
30 seconds left.
Team
They're
Cohesion,
still on C.
they've just chosen to stick together. He needs to get this pick onto Cone. He's holding a weird off angle that he would not expect. And Team Cohesion will pick up round number 9 for themselves. 9-7. The economies of Team Valor not looking good. Another eco perhaps coming in from them. And on the side of Team Cohesion, their economy is looking good for the first time in this match so far. So good, so comfortable. The operator, where's the operator? Why hasn't the operator come out yet?
So because Killjoy's playing C long, I think that there's unless we see Jet switch to C long, I don't think Killjoy will ever pick up the operator. So as long as he's able to keep 8 C long from being contested too hard, I think they feel safe without the op.
Pasha Sahil gets a pick onto Fired Up with just a classic. Somehow Pixel survives that. Omka will take down Pasha Sahil, but the spike has gone down safely. Pixels is literally 1 HP. Pixels is literally 1 HP.
where you are.
Ooh, this could be bad. This could be bad. Bullet is on 5 HP. So 5 HP versus 1 HP. Bullet versus... Ooh, he did not spot Hunter.
Spike planted.
Hunter gets Cone.
This could be game on. This could be game on. Bullet has a gun. Hunter has a gun as well. Is this the thrifty round? Is this the mistake that could cost Cohesion? It is planted for C long. Omka will get a pick onto Bullet. Gets a second pick as well. Omka will clean it up. He will clean that up. A 4K clean, crisp. A round number 10 for them in the bag. Team Valor nearly pulling off an eco round there. A thrifty round.
7-10. This is looking really good for Cohesion now.
And really good for us because we might just see Icebox, Alex.
We might finally get to see Icebox.
A quick review of the economies. Team Valor will now be coming in with a full buy, and Pasha Sahil is going to pick up the operator as well. Buster has looked clinical once again. 21 and 13 on the side of Team Cohesion. SK Wow, I think he had a little bit of a slow start on this map, honestly. Switching over to that Phoenix from Raze. 14 and 11 for him. He's starting to look much better now. Pasha Sahil here watching the C-long angle like a hawk, hoping for someone to peek, and I'm curious to know where Fired Up is peeking from. Fired Up is in fact peeking outside of garage.
Buster looking to get a kill here on SK Wow.
Look at the off angle Buster's holding.
Yep, they have no idea where they are. They're trying to find them. They're not used to Valor playing this slow.
I don't think the world is used to Valor playing this slow, if I'm being honest. No commitment yet. No commitment yet. The spike is still with Pixels. And I think he's waiting. He's waiting on both sides here. This is an interesting play from Team Valor.
30 seconds left.
Pretty much default on Haven. The spike is very, very balanced in the center. Bullet will get the
Bullets
pick.
get taken care of though. But Fired Up gets Pasha Sahil.
SQR will get a pick on the Buster as well. The commitment might just be towards Seaside. 10 seconds on the clock. 2 versus 4. A lot is being asked of these two players here.
Last player standing.
And Omkar will stop that defuse. That is enough to secure the round. And Team Cohesion pick up round number 11 for themselves. Now the momentum shift surely is back in favor of Team Cohesion for the first time in this match. It has to be said, this is the biggest lead that they've held against Team Valor. Interesting turn of events, Alex. We talked about the defender-sided strength that Valor brings. And maybe 6-6 just not taking away enough rounds, you think, in the first half?
Maybe not.
You want to
I
find
actually
it?
think nobody really expected Cohesion to
Get out of my way!
just win 5 straight on defense.
Ooh, this Killjoy ultimate might be big. They don't know where it is because of the war. Oh, he does. He knows exactly where it is. And he will break it down before getting taken down. And the spike plant as well. The commitment is made.
Look, it's Cone. Evens up 4-4.
Nightzera is holding this tight angle. Omkar gets the pick onto Bullet. And now a C-long plant. Surely Pixels will not allow this diffuse with his utility alone. SK Wow needs to push and get these picks. Pasha Sahil will get the pick on him. The diffuse is on. He will stick it. And it will be a round for Team Cohesion. They have stolen that. This is robbery. This is pure robbery. Oh my god. Team Cohesion, match point 12-7. What a play from Team Cohesion. Sticking that defuse despite getting stunned by the Astra stun, and SK Wow here pushing wildly out into C-long, searching for that pick here. Pixels takes on the Opper, Fired Up, challenges him and wins that battle.
SK Wow gets another, but Hunter gets SK Wow. Or gets SK Cloud's run it back.
Bullet will get the pick onto SK Wow. That's a big one. 3 versus 3 now. Although you have to favor Team Valor in this round. They do have the HP advantage and pretty much full control of A side, it looks like. I think Cone just realizing that now is now coming making his way in. Cone will deny the plant surely with the Hunter's Fury. There you go. and gets the pick onto Bullet. He was so low. The spike has gone down. Searching for that second
Scanning ahead.
player, but will not find him.
Spike planted.
Needs to check long here.
Ooh, Nike Zera with an excellent
Last player
flank.
standing.
Excellent flank.
Should come face to face with Hunter in just a bit. Hunter does well to get one.
Player
Hunter
standing.
gets two.
Two. And he gets the third and clutches it out for an 8-12. Lets him know that Valor is not out of it yet.
12-8, Team Valor fighting back. Dare I say overtime? It's too early to call, but dare I say overtime, Alex?
BYB fam.
Overtime
Going to
would
Astro
be-
to do them Astro Guardians.
They got a little bit of work to do to get to overtime, but maybe they can do it.
Hey, 4 rounds back to back. It's asking a lot. Team Cohesion is looking really good, and I think the difference is that SK, wow, has
Rise
found
and
his
bring
form again.
glory.
I think he struggled a little bit in the early parts of this game, and like he didn't quite have the same impact like he had on Ascent with Raze. And maybe that's just the difference that they needed to see.
Blocking vision.
Team Valor once again boldly walking into mid, challenging mid. Omkar
Spike
though
down. One
gets
enemy
3
remaining.
picks. This could be curtains. It is all down to just Hunter once again. Although this time he may have way too much to do in a 1v5 situation. This one will get traded out, and that is
Defenders
map
win.
in the bag.
Going to Icebox.
It looks like we are going to Icebox, folks. What a match we just witnessed. I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you are just tuning in, guys, this is a best of 5, and we just got done with map number 3, which was Haven. Our map pool for today is Bind, Ascent, Haven, Icebox, and Split. And with that last map, the scoreline now is 2-1 in favor of Team Valor. Still in favor of Team Valor, but Team Cohesion starting to show up. Starting to show up, Alex. How much does that excite you?
It's so exciting. The 2-0 curse is broken for this
The
tournament.
2-0 curse is broken. Finally. Let's go. I'm excited, man. I'm excited about
So
that.
excited. So excited.
And it looks like we will be going to Icebox. A big question here. Who's defending first on Icebox? Guess who's defending first on Icebox? It's
Cohesion
Cohesion.
is
Cohesion
first
is-
on Icebox.
Ooh, it's getting nervy. It's getting nervy, Alex. I'm
Getting
nervous.
very nervous.
I'm nervous to predict what's gonna happen, folks. We will be jumping into a quick map break before, and we'll come back very soon. But before we go, I want to talk about this is the best of 5. This is the grand finals. The winner takes home 30,000 rupees. The second place team will take away 15,000 rupees. So that's what these two teams are fighting for. If you guys have not been following this so far, this is an 8-team knockout. Every round has been best of 3. And also, our Battle Pass giveaway is live. And if you want to be eligible to win a free Battle Pass, make sure to jump into our description. Follow us on Instagram. That's literally all you need to do. And we pick a new winner every week. And stay tuned for those winner announcements on Instagram. But for now, we're going to jump into a quick break. But when we come back, we will be live with Icebox. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back with a live action very soon.
Game over. Game over. Game over.
Alright folks, welcome back. The break is over. We are all set for map number 4 in this best of 5. Team Cohesion pulling off somewhat of an upset. Alex, do you think? I was really thinking that Team Valor was going to run away with it on Haven, especially considering that they were defending first.
Yes, I really thought they were going to run with it, but Cohesion gave such a great fight. They laid it on the table, and they honestly kind of smacked Valor around a little bit there.
Surprising to see.
Yeah, 13-8 win.
Any thoughts on agent composition? So did you think that they got that part right, but it was just more of an execution issue?
I think the agent comp was pretty good. I just think it was an execution issue. They kept not checking where Cohesion was. They kept clearing the wrong corners, just looking left when they should have looked right. I think it really came that there was a bit of luck there, and just checking one corner when you should have checked the other. 2020 Vision 2020 and all that, but they just got diffed by Cohesion there. They just played it better. They were in the right spot at the right time.
And Team Valor not used to losing this tournament at all. I think this is the first map that they've dropped all tournament, Alex. First map, and it's Team Cohesion who's done that. So much credit to Team Cohesion and full respect. They've come out here after taking, I mean, let's be fair, they've taken a beating in those first 2 maps. We talked about that defender. Let's bring up that stat again. Let's do that. 11 plus 7, 18 to 1 was their defender-sided score so far in the first 2 maps. And then they come out here, it was 6-6 at halftime. So I think Team Cohesion really needed to somewhere
the way to beat
find it in them, man.
Gotta fight them off those defensive wins.
Absolutely. And I'm so glad that Team Cohesion did that. And as a result, folks, we are headed into Icebox. If you're just tuning in, we are in the middle of an 8-team knockout. In fact, we're at the end of an 8-team knockout. This is the grand finals, the best of 5. The score line so far is 2-1 in favor of Team Valor. We're heading into map number 4, which is going to be Icebox. And if Team Cohesion can pull off this map as well, we are going to go straight into Split for an actual tiebreaker. And a map
Actual
like
tiebreaker.
Split. Oh, yee. I am excited, man. That just makes me nervous. A map like Split to decide the grand finals? No. I can't even deal with that, folks. But for now, it looks like we're more or less set. I have a couple of announcements that I do want to make. If you like free stuff, Alex, do you like free stuff?
I love free stuff.
Because I love
Anything
free stuff. I love free stuff. If someone was giving me free stuff, I would take it. And on that note, we are running a Battle Pass giveaway. And we give away a new Battle Pass every week. We pick a new winner every week. What do you need to do?
week?
Every week, man. Every Wednesday, we announce a new winner every Wednesday. And all you need to do is follow us on Instagram. That's it. If you follow us on Instagram, you stand a chance to pick up a Battle Pass every week. We announce a new winner. Stay tuned to our Wednesday winner announcement posts. That's all you need to do. And if that sounds like fun to you, jump into the description right now and find us on Instagram and make sure to follow us. Also, if you haven't yet subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do. We are an esports organization that really want to help invest into this esports ecosystem in India that's growing. We're very excited about it. And we conduct tournaments every single month, both in the US and in India. So make sure to follow us on YouTube. Go find us on Facebook as well. Join our Discord server. It is down below in the description. And it's going to be an absolute party together. Alrighty, folks. With that, it looks like we are more or less set. Icebox, it is. Alex, agent compositions. Do you want to talk about your agent composition? I mean, we didn't expect this. Full disclosure, I was not prepared for this, so we didn't even get the chance to talk about agent compositions. But any thoughts?
Well,
Agent compositions.
Reyna and Jet are almost must picks for Icebox.
I agree.
Reyna's so good in the close quarters.
I agree.
Jet, I really like Killjoy, and I really like Killjoy in these maps. Viper has also proven to be really strong. And then Sova, obviously.
Viper.
And it looks like
Viper for me is a big name. Is a big agent on Icebox. Honestly,
Yeah.
just because of the size and her ability to just lock down that B side or the A side, and her ultimate, especially. And I think for the first time, unanimously both teams picking the same controller. I think that's a first. It being Viper, especially on a map like Icebox.
Icebox is just so vertical.
Right.
It was the most hated map.
Can I get
But I think it has probably become one of the most important for the competitive scene. And we always get such great matches whenever we head to Icebox.
I agree. Team Cohesion is going to be coming up on defense, folks. A quick look at that agent composition. Omkar is going to be on the Sage. Hello. Fired Up's going to switch over to the Viper. Nixera will continue on the Killjoy. SK Wow is going to switch over to the Jet. Interesting there. Cone continues to be on the Sova. 3 new agents for 3 players, Alex, for Team Cohesion.
Well, so I think Sage is a really strong pick. And
No doubt. I agree.
I like Killjoy, but Sage's wall can just give you so many unexpected angles and very vertical moves.
I agree. And just in that tube, especially in the Southeast Asian meta, it's a very well accepted meta that Sage will just wall off kitchen tube and deny map access completely, map control to that side of the.
Hybrid wall that too.
Yeah.
Very common.
Is that something you see in NA as well?
We see it in NA in ranked, but not so much in competitive.
Right.
Yeah, we see it a lot in ranked. It's very common. I just don't think the inside of tubes doesn't play as big of a part because they don't push these tubes in kitchen. They'll either push mid to top of kitchen, or they'll get on top of tube instead of tube. It's really common.
These fights continuing here. Cohesion picking up another pick, and now Team Valor looks like they're rotating again. It looks like they are rotating again. A
30
side is
seconds
completely
left.
empty. Hunter stayed behind to continue the simulation. Probably needs to make himself more seen, more visible. Cohesion not sensing this. Cohesion are not sensing this. A side is completely empty, and looks like Buster's move is going to stick around and get some of those picks. He's trying to go for the pick onto Viper, but Fired Up will get the trade. The spike plant has gone down. 2 versus 4. Full side control for Team Valor. Can Team Cohesion make their number advantage count here for them?
One enemy remaining.
Stay wild gets bullet. Pixels takes out. Fired up, but Arm Card takes out Pixels.
And Team Cohesion will pick up round number 1, the ever important pistol round, and this will give us a chance to take a look at the agent compositions on the side of Team Valor. And there you go. You talked about Reyna and Jet both being non-negotiable on a map like Icebox, and there you see it from Team Valor. It's really good to see that. On the side of Team Cohesion, single duelist setup. Are you a bit disappointed perhaps? A duelist has been sacrificed for the second sentinel in
Being sacrificing a duelist for a Killjoy or Sage here.
right.
So, the only reason I think it's questionable, I think it's more than fine on a map like this. I think Killjoy and Sage give you so many
Revealing
options that sacrificing the Reyna there, I might have sacrificed the Jet instead of the Reyna, but sacrificing the Reyna there makes sense. However, for Cohesion in particular, they struggle much more with attack and defense, and the Killjoy Sage
Out of
really ups
charges.
their defense, but at the
Deploying
cost of
drone.
not having an entry frag or anything. And I think that's what might come to bite them in the butt.
I agree. Team Valor making really good use of these guns on an eco round. Pulling back 3 kills. Team
Spike
Cohesion
plant,
down
one
to just
enemy
2 players.
remaining.
It is down to just Omkar here. 1 versus 5. This is not good for Team Cohesion.
Remove.
Gets Pixels. I think the thing is if they pick 2 Sentinels and lose defense here, I think that's going to be a huge blow
I
to
agree.
Team Cohesion.
Thrifty.
I agree. A thrifty
And
round in the
Buster.
bag. Buster will pick up a 3k, and we talked about these double duelists. I think that is making the difference already. I've seen Buster on the Raze, I've seen him on the Phoenix, and now I'm going to see him for the first time this tournament on that Reyna, as Team Cohesion losing a full buy round against only Spectres. My apologies, only Sheriffs. And that is a bit disappointing here for Team Cohesion. On the side of Team Valor, Buster's gonna be on the Reyna.
It looks like Buster might have disconnected.
I'm not quite sure, but it does look like there is a technical
Technical
pause.
timeout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
It
could be,
looks like that.
perhaps it's a ping issue, perhaps someone needs like a restart to that router or something. I'm not quite sure, but yeah, it will give us a chance to walk through this agent comp for Team Valor. Pixels on the Viper. Alex, interesting pick. We saw this on Bind, if I'm not wrong.
Yes. So I think Pixels played that Astra on
Both Ascent and Haven, right?
Ascent Haven. And Astra's super strong. However, Viper on Icebox, because it can be so tight, having that wall and that smoke and those snake bites to post plant, and her ultimate on A,
Right,
she has so many tricky spots on A and B.
right.
Though Riot this last patch did kind of fix some of those trickier spots.
Right.
It's just so strong.
Agreed.
Honestly.
Agreed. A Sova is non-negotiable in Icebox. I think we both agree on that, and maybe getting the pick ahead of Sky, and I'm completely okay with that, given the impact that the Hunter's Fury can have in post-plant situations. So
Yeah.
no arguments about Hunter being on the Sova, right? It's a
Yeah.
given.
Oh, it's a given, yeah. Hunter and Cone, both we're gonna just continue to pick Sova. Sova's such a strong pick in the team comp. Like, you never fault anybody for playing Sova.
Right. Moving on to Pasha Sahil on the Jet, and I'm okay with that. Honestly, I'm good with that. But just knowing that you want to have a Sage in the lineup as well, and knowing that Pasha Sahil has pulled off an incredible Sage in Bind already, where they absolutely decimated Team Cohesion. Are you surprised to see that Bullet has chosen to go with the Sage, and Pasha Sahil is stuck with the
So
Jet?
I think Pasha Sahil, I think the reason they went the other way is because Pasha Sahil just didn't know Brimstone.
Right.
So he was more confident on Sage.
Right.
However, Bullet is their Sentinel player. He's proven to be really strong in that Sentinel position. So
Fair enough.
I think
Fair enough.
given like
Fair enough.
because
Yeah.
otherwise Bullet would be done to a duelist. I just don't think he's as comfortable in that position.
I agree. So yeah, I mean, a Sage on both sides. Omkar switching over from the controller. Fired Up switching to the controller. So I'm a little bit, I won't say concerned, but I'm interested to see that Team Cohesion have 3 players picking brand new agents. And 2 of them picking new roles altogether. Omkar has always been the controller, and now he's going to switch over to that Sage. And we talk about mentality and how specific roles players come in with that mentality. And Fired Up switching over from the Jet to a Viper.
Was a little confusing for me. I can understand that SK WoW is like their ace. That's their duelist, their fragger. However, maybe Fired Up was the only one who was confident with Viper and knew Viper lineups and close blanks.
Right.
And that would kind of force this comp out of them. And maybe the other 3 just don't play a duelist.
Pasha Sahil catching Fired Up with that Sheriff. And they haven't checked the cubby. Omkar's in cubby. Oh, they can't. They cannot afford to make those kind of mistakes. He only loses 1 player as a result of that mistake. Could have been a lot more though.
Early, but man, on a later round, that could result in a team wipe.
Perhaps with a better gun in the hands of Omkar with the frenzy, he couldn't really do that much damage. But Team Valor here putting on a strong performance. Cohesion will get wiped out.
Oh, get them out.
It was an eco round coming in from Team Cohesion, I think. And Team Valor have managed to turn that around. Take a look at their economies now, Alex. Absolutely bloated. Already past that 3,000 cred mark, almost every one of them.
If Cohesion loses this round, it's going to be a rough couple of matches.
I agree. SK WoW on that operator needs to make it count. Again, I know duelists frequently swap out between the Raze and the Sage and the Jet and the Reyna. But SK WoW, I've seen him so dominant on the Raze and the Phoenix, both of those players. I've never seen him on the Jet. So I'm interested to see how he copes with this. Big responsibility on his shoulders. He's got the op as well.
He targets 1. SK WoW gets pixels with the op. So it's a strong position.
Omkar gets taken down, and I think that means that B site is available for Team Valor to walk in. Fired Up is watching from Orange and gets a crucial headshot. And there you go. There you go. Bullet here. Challenging the operator and taking him down.
2v1.
He's got the revive.
Last player standing.
Oh, he didn't watch flank. He didn't watch the flank. Fired Up was there already. This man is looking so good.
One enemy remaining.
Bullet gets out of the way.
Gets a
Fired Up and gets on sight.
30 seconds left.
A safe plant, but he needs to watch out for Fired Up here. He's arriving quickly, and Bullet has clutched that round.
Is what I
Flushes
trained.
it out. Fired Up could just not be fast enough to help out his controller.
And investing that revive, even though it got nullified immediately, it really helped him, got him some breathing space to take on those fights individually. Credit to just take on the Opper himself. He just took on SK WoW. He didn't care. Beat him in that gunfight. Following it up with a couple of kills, clutching the round for his team. And these are the moments, Alex, that it kind of breaks your backbone as the opposing team. When you see a player taking you down 1v4, I mean, what does that do to you mentally?
The Reyna was a little bit late. Should have flashed his jet in.
SK WoW stealing a kill here, trying to get away. An eco round once again coming in from Team Cohesion. Fired Up has invested in the Vandal. I'm not quite sure what's happening there. Buster will pick up Cone.
Spike planted.
If Team Cohesion doesn't get a couple of picks on site here, I think Fired Up will have to go in for that save. Are you kidding me, Bullet? Are you kidding me? Alright, so Cohesion still in it. Still in it. The revive coming in here. Hunter will pick off 2 kills. No one has checked that corner, and Pixels takes down Fired Up as well. SK WoW surely has too much to do here. He does have a Phantom.
Managed to get one.
It's just not enough, though. It's just not enough. It's a difficult way. How do you explain that Vandal purchase from Fired Up? I just don't get it. I'm just not quite sure what the thinking there was, because even if he did, I mean, he did have the ult. Maybe that's what it was, right? He had the ult as an option.
If he could catch the bomb, he was going to flank the whole time. If he could catch the bomb early and ult on top of the bomb, he could probably make something happen with that base. So honestly, I'd went with the Phantom purchase if I knew I was going to flank.
SK Wow here with a beautiful boost here. On top of yellow, trying to get a view in. Ooh.
Pixels gets fired up.
Spike down B.
Umka gets 2 in a row. Bullet and Pixels both going down. SK Wow gets another. Alright, Team Valor here down to just their last 2 players. The spike is dropped under tube. Hunter gets one more. Nightzera goes down.
One enemy remaining.
Cone will take out Buster elsewhere. It's down to just Hunter 1 versus 3. SK Wow is not picking the right angle.
And Omkar gets Hunter.
A much needed round. A much needed round for Team Cohesion. Round number 2 for themselves on the board. 4-2 is the scoreline. Bullet's feeling himself tonight, Alex. Bullet is absolutely feeling that clutch and the follow-up round. Did you see the way he pushed CT on top of that Sage wall? Like, he did not care. But the confidence levels surely are high on the side of Team Valor. On the side of Team Cohesion, though, Omkar doing brilliantly, 9 and 4. SK Wow finding himself as well. Still got the operator, big responsibility. He needs to make it count once again. SK Wow looking at that belt region. The commitment from Team Valor appears to be on A side.
Trying to get a pick with Wow.
Oh, not connecting onto Pasha Sahil, and that could be costly here. Pasha Sahil flying through the air, taking picks for Team Valor here. A second one as well from him, as Nightzera finally gets to trade on him.
Spike planted.
3 versus 3 situation now. Pixels here. Can we see some lineups? I think we might see some lineups here from Pixel. He only has 1 snake bite though. Fired Up will take down Bullet.
One enemy remaining.
SK Wow gets a pick onto Hunter as well, and now the lineup has fallen. Pixels gets 1. The defuse is happening. Nightzera needs to stop this here. He needs to stop it. He did it. He protected his friend as Fired Up goes for the defuse, and Team Cohesion gets a much needed round number 3 for themselves. The scoreline, folks, now looking at 3-4.
Looks like we're gonna see another full A push.
It does, and Team Valor here still gonna force the issue. 1 Spectre on Pasha Sahil. Nah, never mind. He's picked up a Vandal as well. There you go. They are gonna force it once again. SK Wow this time around though, coming to this mid region, may not have been the best decision to change that location. Pixels looks like he's got some sort of a lineup for his smoke.
Good flash there. Flash is already on. Flash is in a good position. Gets 1.
Pixels down to 1 HP. They've lost Nightzera, Team Cohesion.
Gets 2.
Pasha
That was
Sahil
really
gets
big
another.
Cone trays him out, but
Oh, that was a shutdown instantly onto Pixels as the ult came out.
Scanning ahead.
You will not kill my ally.
And Bullet here going for that.
Last player standing.
Buster gets another.
He's down just to SK Wow. This Blaze Storm, can he make it work for his team? He cannot.
Murks him in cold blood.
SK Wow was really starting to pop off there, getting so many picks, but in the end, I think Bullet was really smart about getting the revive onto, I think it was Pasha Sahil? Yes, I believe it was. And making that round work for them. 5-3 now. Alex, is it time for us to talk about the magic number on Icebox?
It's time to talk about the magic number. So the thing about Icebox, do you think it's CT or T-sided?
I think it's T-sided. I think it is
You think it's
T-sided.
T-sided?
I think it's T-sided simply because of the size and how much that puts the Sentinels at a disadvantage. Like a player like Cypher, right? His kit just is kind of irrelevant on a map like this because there's so many entry points. You just can't control a site completely.
That's true. But Killjoy is arguably better on this map because she can be so far away from her
Definitely.
turret and active on her. There's a lot of debate about whether, among people that I know, about whether it's CT or T-sided.
Right. Right.
I personally think it's a little CT-sided.
Right.
Just because B, if defenders are just better than the attackers, B is a non-starter. It's so hard to go forcing you on the one side.
One enemy
I
remaining.
agree.
One enemy remaining.
Ooh, Fired Up doing really well here. It's down to just the Viper versus the Viper.
Trying to get the defuse.
Oh, he's gonna stick it. It's not planted for you, Pixels. It's not planted for you, and Team Valor will lose that round.
Because of miscommunication.
I think it is miscommunication.
Right here.
That was an expensive mistake here from Team Valor. Will it come back to haunt them? Team Cohesion now putting another round for themselves. It is starting to look a lot more balanced this match. Team Cohesion, after getting bullied on Bind and a little bit so on Ascent, have really fought back well on Haven and Icebox. And just coming back to your question, the magic number on Icebox, and I think overall this game is CT-sided, right? I mean, it's designed for the challenge. The challenge is for the attackers to push in, right, and take control of the site. There's a fight for the control of the site, and so Icebox comparatively, it is less CT-sided. I would suggest than perhaps Bind or Ascent. And so, with that, the magic number on Icebox for me, I would say you're probably safe if you're above 7
You will
You're above
not
7?
kill my allies.
as attackers.
Okay, I agree. I think I was gonna say if you go even, I like your odds.
Right. So 6-6.
Yeah, above 7. I think 6-6. If
planted.
you're attacking at 6, I don't know. It's tough. It's tough. I think 7 or above it puts you in a really good place.
Last player
Just
standing.
because getting 7 on attack really puts you in a good place to not have an actor on.
I agree.
Out of charges.
I agree.
Besides, you want to get 12 wins.
I think so too. And just as we were saying that, Alex, the Team Valor have just put up round number 6 for themselves. So is it just a couple of more rounds for them and it's victory time?
I think it slips really far. If they win the next 2, 8-4, I think it slips really far away from the season.
I think so too. And on that note, Team Cohesion even is going to have to do an eco round, Alex. There you go. The economies are struggling.
So even needs to win both the next 2 if they have a chance.
I think Team Valor realizing that now, just wanting to take that momentum with them, that rhythm that they've got so good. They're looking fired up here, along with Omkar trying to somehow deny this plant. I don't think they'll be able to deny the plant. Pixels gets the first pick out of SK. Wow, the only gun going down immediately is down to just Cone and Nightzera, and Nightzera gets taken down as well. Cone, he only has a classic.
Not just Sahil puts it away.
As he should, and Team Valor
Last round
have picked
before
up
the
round number
switch.
7. It's still not really a full buy. There's a Spectre and some half shields for Team Cohesion. Omkar and Iskewao have looked good. I mean, looking at that skill board, they've actually got the most. They've won the most gunfights, 13 and 12. Right?
But
And
Knight there is very much struggling.
it does look like that. It does look like that. And when your Killjoy is struggling on defense, you know you're in trouble.
Oh, you're in trouble.
Get out of
They
my
really
way.
need to pick this one out.
Here.
Come what may, right? Come what may. Cohesion needs this round.
Out of charges.
That's a good start. Taking down Pasha Sahil. The Oppo goes down from belt. They're playing 4 on A, Alex. Only Fired Up is watching B side alone. So they're playing 4 on A. There is a game plan here.
Buster gets one accidentally at night.
But he'll get revived immediately, so it's nullified. And SKY has managed to pick up a Vandal. This could be big. Omka gets another pick, and there you go. The numbers advantage now definitely in favor of Team Cohesion. It is down to just Bullet, and surely this man, I know he's capable of some crazy things, but surely he's not going to pull off a 1v5. He is not. He is not. 7-5. 7-5 at halftime. The magic number of 7 has been reached. But can Cohesion do it?
Out of charges.
What is the game plan, Alex, if you're Team Cohesion coach? What are you telling your players right now?
Super aggressive defense.
Prepare for aggressive defense? Knowing Team Valor? 100%.
Yes, run 3 up mid.
Scanning ahead.
And they run 3 up mid. They back off. I think they're waiting to see if they can get an advantage on one of the sides.
I think pushing mid is a dangerous move, and pistol round, surely Team Cohesion need to rethink that strategy.
I would have just been so worried about Valor just running it up A and B. Pushing mid puts them at a disadvantage if they get too deep into your own spawn. But they didn't. They held their ground. They gave a lot of respect to Cohesion there by not pushing them super heavy.
Cohesion has decided to commit to this B side. The plant is going to go down, and Team Valor are going to have to reorganize for this 5 versus 5 retake. Fired Up has got a lineup ready. Alex, are you watching this? Fired Up has a Viper Snakebite lineup. He is prepared.
Not going for the flank here.
Ooh, Pixels and Bullet.
One enemy remaining.
And that Sage Wall denying the lineup. Look at that Sage Wall. I don't know if it was intentional from Bullet. Was it intentional?
I don't think it was intentional. I think it was just...
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
I think Fired Up's lineup was slightly off. It should have actually landed behind the Sage Wall.
It landed exactly on top of Bullet's wall and just bounced off. And it allowed him, I think it was Buster, to finish that defuse. And the pistol round in the back just like that. But can we talk about Pixels and Buster? The way they... not Buster. Pixels and Bullet. The way they pushed yellow and picked up those 2 or 3 kills back to back. And there you go. There's that tube wall coming in from Bullet.
Buster takes out Fired Up on the A.
It is going to be an eco coming in from Cohesion, so they can't afford to lose too many Spectres. Team Valor. Pixel takes down another. Bullet will take down another.
Last player standing. Flawless.
Oh, this man Bullet is feeling himself, man. This man Bullet is absolutely feeling himself tonight. He's on top of the kill board. I didn't even notice on Sage. 15 and 11. I think just telling Buster that, hey, you want to relax for a bit? I got this, man. I got this.
I got this.
15 and 11. The standout player so far, surely. A bonus round coming in for Team Valor here. And it looks like Cohesion with that full buy. They want to make this one count. They need to go and get the pick onto Pixels, because if they do not, he's going to make life very, very difficult for Team Cohesion. He's still got a Spectre. His kit is so strong for this this sort of a congested space. SK Wow now challenging him, walking in. There's no commitment from them. In fact, they're actually moving back. They're actually backing off. Yeah. A full rotation coming in from Team Cohesion. I think realizing that Fired Up is set up really well. SK Wow gets a pick on the Pasha Sahil.
Phone takes out Bullet. Armcar takes out Buster.
A 2 versus 4 retake. This is definitely leaning in favor of Team Cohesion right now, especially with those guns.
One enemy remaining.
As Armcar gets pixels.
And that's what they shouldn't have allowed. They shouldn't have lost more than one weapon there. But Hunter doing really well to take out another kill. And I think at this point, that's his only mission, is to damage as much utility as he can. And after taking down 2, he will get eventually picked up. So at the loss of a couple of rifles, the first gun round will go the way of Team Cohesion. 9-6 on the scoreboard.
Can I get eggs?
This is going to be the first gun round coming in from Team Valor, and Pasha Sahil has picked up the AWP as well. It should be a straight up shutdown from here on, Alex. What do you think?
Right here. I think this round.
This is a big round, right? It's a big round.
Big round. We're gonna see how the teams do based on this round. It looks like Jet's going for the very aggressive position.
SK, wow. On top of that tube here, searching for that pick. Didn't get it. And Pasha Sahil under tube here. This could be big. Oh, he misses his shot on Nexera. Missing his shot on Nexera.
And they really want to go B here.
Toxins going up.
Team Cohesion realizing that this is a big... Oh, Pasha Sahil has a great boost. Pasha Sahil has a great boost from Snowman. This could be dangerous for Team Cohesion.
Pixels gets picked off by SK Wow.
Ooh, just pull the trigger, man. Just pull the trigger. He had so many people and he does get home card. Hunter getting a pick somewhere in mid here as Bullet will take down SK. Wow, this is not looking good for Team Cohesion.
Phone takes out Bullet.
Player standing.
The Pasha Sahil takes out Fired Up.
That's too much.
Run it down.
There was too much. There was too much for Cone to do there in the end. And the first gun round, Alex, we talked about how important this is. The first gun round going that way of Team Valor. And we talked about Bullet. He's really feeling himself. Someone has to take him down early. And that man, it was Strokey in the first match. We saw him do that. And this time around, and Buster has come in beautifully, right, on the Phoenix and the Raze. But this time though, Bullet on that stage is looking lethal for Team Valor.
Yeah, it's very even among Team Valor. All of them above 10, all of them in double-digit kills. Nobody having to put too much of the team on their back.
SK Wow getting shut down by Bullet. As he tried to dash onto that tube. I think is there a revive? Is there a revive on the cards? I think there is. Looks like he will be revived. Ooh, Bullet will take down Omkar, and that trade not there at all as Pasha Sahil picks up Nexera.
Buster blitzing a little bit, can't take out SK1. Has to back up because of it.
Going for the pinch here is Team Valor. Oh no, they decided to fall back.
Space, yep.
They decided to fall back. Showing some respect. There you go. It's good to
They know
see.
they have the mana. They want to use it.
Bullet also has the revive, but it's not going to matter because Pasha Sahil is picked up. And it is a flawless round. Alex, I didn't quite catch that. Did they force the buy? I think Team Cohesion forced that buy.
Yep.
Oh
Cohesion
dear.
needs place now. They're going to be forced to save just to try to do something on the next round.
Definitely
They
some
need to get
anxiety. For sure, and definitely some anxiety in that cohesion camp right now. Looking at those economies and looking at the fact that Team Valor is only one round away from match point, series point, tournament point. It all comes down to this, folks. The stakes are high,
Get out of my
and
way!
Team Cohesion have to find it somewhere in themselves. Don't challenge the Oppa with a sheriff, friend. Do not challenge the Oppa with that sheriff. Pasha Sahil.
Found
He
them.
is so punishing with that operator. SK Wow pulling out the Blaze Storm, pushing through this B side, needs to get that headshot onto Pixels.
Pixel stays on B. They try to fake it. Past Sahil gets fired up.
One enemy remaining.
Pixels gets
Spike
into
down B.
Night Zera and finds the bomb.
Flawless.
Back to back flawless rounds, Alex. Back to back flawless rounds for Team Valor. Is
Match
this
point.
momentum enough, folks? We are on match point. Guys, we are at the business end of this tournament. This round could decide who's going to walk away
Right here.
with that first place prize of 30,000 rupees. Team Valor at this point
Right here.
are looking all set to pick that up.
You're all set to pick it up, exactly.
And we'll talk about what really went wrong for Team Cohesion, Alex, in just a bit. But Team Valor have just come out here on Icebox. And the Hunter's Fury coming out from Hunter, getting the pick on to fire it up. So the controller is going to go down. And now their ability to push into this side is very, very limited.
Wow.
The lockdown. Pixels here. Ooh, Pixels. Ooh. I think they literally
Yep.
blocked each other.
Omkar gets Hunter, evens it up.
The bullet does have the revive. I don't know if it's viable at this point. The wall being broken down immediately. They don't want to allow this plant to go down. Can he get wall banged? The plant is going to be stopped. A 3 versus 2 situation.
Ults.
Last player standing.
Pasha Sahil takes down Nigezera. It's down to just Nigezera. 1 versus 2. Can he do it? Can he keep his team's hopes alive somehow? 45 seconds on the clock.
Your duty is not over.
Gets the revive. And Buster ends the
Defenders
game.
And folks, Alex, you know what this means?
It means that
There
Valor
is a champion. There
our
is a champion.
India Invitational champions.
The League Ego India Invitational version 3 champs are here, folks, and it is going to be Team Valor wrapping up that best of 5, 3-1. And honestly, I'm just glad that we went to Icebox because the way Team Valor were looking.
Yes.
I mean, let's go back to that bind story once again. 11-1. Absolute domination in that first half. And what that does to you as a team cohesion. Fighting back, I mean, I think it ended at 13-4 in the end. There was no coming back there from that scoreline. And then moving on to Ascent, where it was a very balanced first half, 6-6 on the scoreboard. And then from there, just on defense, cleaning it up, 13-6. And then we went on to Haven, which was a much better game for Team Cohesion. In fact, they actually took that map home. The first map that Team Valor actually dropped this entire tournament. And then on Icebox,
Yes, sir.
making it look easy.
Making it look easy.
I'm
Their
looking
defense so strong.
unbelievably strong. I think it's the same story here once again. Was it 7-5 at halftime in favor of Team Valor?
It was, and they just
Dropped
only
one
dropped
round.
on
There you
defense.
go.
Yep.
There you go. Once again, it's been. I mean, I'm looking at the scoreboard now, and interesting here, Alex. The match MVP is actually SK Wow.
Let's get wow with 257.
257 average combat score, 17 and 16, folks. I mean, Team Cohesion, a huge shout out, and it's been so awesome to see these guys play and fight back despite the absolute aggression coming in from Team Valor. And GG's and well played to them nonetheless. Nigezera, we have to talk about Nigezera. And I've seen he has been such an impact player for this team, and I think I just felt that today somehow, both in maps on Haven as well as on Icebox, he just wasn't feeling himself.
They kind of shut him down a little bit. He was doing good the first 2 maps, but it started on Haven. He got low pretty early and just couldn't get anything going. And then on Icebox, he has kept getting shut down.
And I think that that's definitely played a big role. in them just being unable to stop Team Valor on attack. I think they gave away too many rounds on attack,
They
both
gave up,
in
Nigerians
both in
did
Haven
not
as well as in
find
Icebox.
Yeah. So they did beat them on Haven.
They did beat them on Haven, and so but I think that's just because of how Cohesion came out in attack and just absolutely
Yeah,
showed.
absolutely stomped them.
But yeah, this is the story, folks. This is the story. Omkar, I'm going to walk us through really quickly on the side of Team Valor. You want to talk about Bullet for a second? This man, I don't know what he ate for dinner, man, but
He came out here to do great play.
he came out here to play. 18
is
and
free.
13, top fragging for his team on the Sage. Surprised to see
Yes.
that.
He was a very versatile player. They played a couple different ages, played them all super well. Gave his team exactly what they needed. Very impressive Bull today.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And Bullet almost felt like he was telling Buster, you wanna chill for a bit? Because I got this, man. I'm going
Yes,
to
I
do your
can do
job
it.
for you. I think
Just sit
so.
back. I'll do it for you.
I think so. And I mean, we have to talk about Strokey. I mean, we know he's a standout player in this lineup. And
Oh my god.
what did he
19
do,
and
man?
1.
On buying 19 to
19
1 at halftime.
How dare you?
Strokey
2K, 10K.
making it look easy, man. Making it look easy. But in the end, I mean, he didn't even play after. Did he play Ascent? I don't think he played even Ascent. I think
No,
Buster
he
just
stopped.
Buster came in for
Yep.
him, yeah. But folks, what a grand finals we just witnessed in the end. It was
Broke the
3-1.
2-0 curse.
We broke the 2-0 curse. We broke the 2-0 curse. I was a little bit worried when Team Valor really started to play so well in Haven. I was thinking, no, not again. Don't let this be 3-0. But I think Team Cohesion doing really well to pull back that map. But in the end, Team Valor's dominance was just unstoppable, folks. That's the story of this grand finals. Team Valor have showed up from the beginning. Round 1, round 2. They've been absolutely unstoppable, going 2-0 in every single round. Round 1 semi-finals, and now dropping only one map in the grand finals, and are going to be picking up that big prize of 30,000 rupees. Well played, guys. Well played. You guys absolutely deserve this. Just before letting you guys go, I just want to tell you guys, we are League Ego. We're an esports organization. We conduct tournaments for Valorant both in the US and in India. We're just really excited to see the esports ecosystem in India developing right now, and we want to do whatever we can from our side to invest and to help develop it, give young talent like this a chance to perform and compete at the highest level, and just have a go at some of these big prize pools as well. We are also running a battle pass giveaway, and that sounds like fun to you. Make sure to head over to our Instagram. We give away a new battle pass every week to one lucky Instagram follower. All you need to do is follow us on Instagram, and boom, you're eligible to win the battle pass. We announce the new winner every Wednesday, so make sure to stay tuned to those updates. Please also make sure to follow us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel if you have not yet done, and jump into our Discord server as well. You'll find all the links below in the description, and make sure to show us your support. We are here to make things better for everybody, and we're really looking forward for more people to support us. Alex, it has been an absolute joy and a delight to cast next to you. I hope you had fun as well, man, this tournament. And we're going to have another tournament soon. It's going to be next month. So make sure you guys are staying tuned to all the updates we're putting out on Instagram. There will be information about it very, very soon. And hopefully we'll get to see more performances like the ones we've seen from Team Valor in today's match. But with that, folks, that pretty much brings our stream to an end. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. If you did, make sure to like this video. As mentioned before, don't forget to subscribe. Stay tuned to all the updates from League Ego, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
Peace out.
Game over. Game over.